I was nannying for a family and they wanted me to work for a barbecue, and it was like Joel Selwood, Tom Hawkins. It was like the Cats plays list.
Yeah.
I'm not a football person, so I actually spent half of the barbecue actually not knowing who they were. And then one of the caterers told me, "What an amazing guest list." I'm like, "Who are these people?" So I was actually like looking after all their children.
Why wasn't I invited?
No, you were there, Lingy. She just doesn't know who you are.
New year, same gear. Blast Geelong and the Surf Coast's favourite brekkie team, Tom, Lingy and Lockie on K-Rock 955. Visit one of Mimosa Home's 50 displays across Melbourne and Geelong.
You've got 11 sandwiches to choose from, all Devon. That's not a choice, unless you're super into Devon. What holds for sandwiches holds for paint projects. You want real choice. No one stocks a greater range of Dulux paints and products or gives you tips and advice on how to use them than your local Inspirations paint store. That's what makes them the Dulux approved specialist. What's your next project?
Inspirations Paint, Grovedale, 138 Torquay Road.
Your dream home is closer than you think with Metricon, Australia's #1 home builder. With our Fast Track program, your contract is ready in 7 days and you can get to site in as little as 16 weeks. Plus, you can receive an upfront and transparent Fast Track saving on your stunning Metricon design. Contact us to see if you qualify and move in faster than you thought possible. Metricon. Love where you live. Terms and conditions apply. CDBU 52967.
Hi, Paddy Dangerfield here for Rex Gorell. How do you pick the winning team? You look for experience, knowledge and quality. That's why you can trust Rex Gorell for your next new or used car. Family owned, with Geelong's best car brands and value that puts them on top of the ladder. Do what I've done and join the winning team at Rex Gorell.
Rex Gorell, Fyan Street, Gordon Avenue and Latrobe Terrace, Geelong. Visit rexgorell.com.au.
LMCTs 1308 8349 6593 486 and 10191.
At APCO, we know your time is precious. So download the APCO app to skip the queue and pay for your fuel from the comfort of your car. Love our Jaffles and award-winning coffee? Pre-order through the APCO app. No more waiting in line, just grab and go. Shop the way you want, when you want. Just search APCO app in your app store and start saving time today. APCO Cafe 24/7. We've got you.
Harvey Norman, the home of theatre lounges. Come in store and discover all the theatre creature comforts you could possibly want, from under-couch lights to powered headrests, and more cup holders than at the movies. If you want something more upscale, Harvey Norman has that too. The movies are meant to be enjoyed in comfort in front of the biggest TV possible. So create the greatest home theatre ever, only at Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds.
Since a bloke named Bill started cutting timber in a mill back in 1980, Barwon Timber's been the builder's best mate ever since. Whether you stick framing or need prefab frames and trusses, Barwon Timber's got what you need for every building stage. Geelong owned and operated with trade quality products in stock, ready to go. Barwon Timber, Fellmongers Road, Breakwater. The team that builders just keep coming back for.
I'm going down to Barwon Timber.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
And we're back here at Drew Oval and the rain is coming down again. And I don't think it's going to be going for a while. The next rain band is through and it's going to get wetter and wetter. And this ground is going to become more of a swimming pool. It's a massive day here at Drew Oval and we're in Footy Spotlight thanks to Rex Gorell Geelong. And the massive day is because it's 10 years since St Joey's did the double. They won the reserve grade, which they were happy to do under Josh Bell, but then they followed it up about 2.5 hours later by winning their first senior premiership in 26 years in the GFNL. And the captain and the coach are in the van. The coach is actually going to whack the headset on as well, and we'll talk to him again like we did last week. He was here talking to us after Queenscliff got their 4th straight win. Now it's 5 in a row and they're 6-3, but you're not the main act. The main act is the captain of that side, a man who's, since footy, has had a couple of battles, and we're going to have a chat about those, but he's got a big smile on his face today, and he's got a Blackman's in his hand as well. He's got, what have you got? The Pivot City Pale Ale.
City.
Oh, magnificent.
Going all out.
Benny Capra, great to see you.
Good on you, Kingy. Thanks for having me, gents. Good on you.
Where's 10 years gone?
Unbelievable, isn't it? 10 years. Some of the boys in there are looking a little ragged, I must admit, but I think I'm looking all right, Keefy. We're doing all right.
I actually mentioned, I said, if they get a photo together, we don't look too bad. There's a few still playing, and you look at some 10-year reunions, and, you know, I'll sneak out the back, but the actual playing group looks all right.
What do you mean some are still playing? There's one bloke who played his 140th game for Geelong last night.
And he's still playing okay, yeah.
Easy ever.
Tommy Atkins. Geordie Kerris is still having a run around at Anglesey and coached against Riley Kershaw yesterday. The tentacles of that group have actually spread far and wide with coaching and the like out of that, Jamo.
Yeah, no, it has, and you know, as their coach, I suppose I'm pretty proud of that. You know, Kirsch's doing a great job with Amos on top of the ladder, and Geordie took Anglesey to the grand final last year and has them well placed again. So, yeah, it's good to see, and you know, it makes days like today. There's a bit of ribbing going on in there, and I sort of said that's why we've revved the Cooters up 5 weeks ago, is to make sure when I got here today that I wasn't getting picked on. So.
And instead, Geordie's being picked on because Riley's beaten him yesterday.
Exactly. No, so it's we've got Geordie this week, so I won't say too much to him today. And it's good.
We've got an incredible bond between you two. It's not only the 3 premierships, but of course the one with Uni Blues as well in 2019. You won 4 in 5 years together, Benny. But talk to us about your journey post-COVID, where you've had some health issues. Can you take us through that and where you're at the moment?
Yeah, and thanks for having me, mate, by the way. But more than happy talking about it. So, you know, new daughter on the way and life going good up in Sydney Beachside, and had a couple of tests after spotting some blood in the stools. A week later, finding out that's cancer, and the colorectal cancer. So a bit of a shock to the system, but we've since worked through that over the journey last year, and it was a bit touch and go, to be honest, because I couldn't really read how deep it had gotten. But luckily enough, we went through chemo and radio for that and got through that pretty unscathed, and finished off with the surgery last year, which confirmed that it hadn't got through and all gone. So the main thing now, King, is just the monitoring. So, you know, I'm getting a 6 monthly colonoscopy, checking in on things, and the main thing, it seems like we had some polyps in the system that turn nasty when they're in there for a while, and producing a few more than many. So, but look, I'm in good hands, mate, and that's the main thing. And as I said, more than happy talking to anyone about it. I think the biggest lesson is just listening to your body, the signals that it's giving off, and that's certainly what I've been talking to most about. And a few have got colonoscopies since, but unfortunately, it is a fast-growing, you know, cancer in our age group at the moment. It's probably the highest-growing colorectal cancer. So, yeah, a bit of awareness never hurts, and many of my mates and those I know have done that and luckily got through. So, yeah, probably the worst of it gone, mate, but still a work in progress monitoring.
And in terms of, you find out how lucky we are to live in the country we are with the health system that we've got. That's the beauty of, and probably being in Sydney as well, probably seeing some red hot specialists up there who are able to help the process as well.
Yeah, definitely. We are very lucky, and probably the other part to it is making sure you've got some good health insurance. You know, we are a lucky country, but having some good cover never hurts, and that certainly helped me through the journey. Obviously, enough going on in the head financially we were okay with. So, yeah, again, about the awareness, I always talk to everyone that I can do, make sure you're checking them in your own backyard and make sure you've got the right cover.
Is there a chance it can come back? What's the...
Look, the percentages are well in my favour. So we've done the hardest yard of it, we think, and the main thing now is just monitoring and making sure it doesn't come back. But, yeah, I think there is something going on there with the polyps that I'm producing a few more than most do. So, yeah, as I said, under the right microscope, I'm sure we'll get through it fine.
It's really coming down now here. Do you miss footy today, Ben? Do you miss footy today?
Oh, yeah, this is my sort of day, Jam. I wouldn't always said I better run out from centre half back and just plough a few, mate. There's a few looking a bit iffy about the conditions, and this is usually when, Jam, I'll tell you, I'll be getting in their head going, make sure we come to play.
It's not a bad day for footy. Every day's a good day for footy.
This is a normal day back home for you in Tassie, isn't it?
Exactly. Just go out there and get into it.
It's a defender's day.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we have a Leopold Sporties Player of the Day that we have these days, and we always ask the winner if there was a good bloke from the club that they take to the Leopold Sporties for a feed, who would they take? Who from the who from the Premiership team reunion today? Who would you take to the Leopold Sporties as a good bloke? Who's a good bloke?
Definitely not McCullough. He'd be alongside me regardless, so he's already a +1 without saying it, but definitely Dale Carson, mate. I had a look. He's looking younger in there, Dale, and 4 kids in tow. He's looking fair. He's a beautiful soul, and I'd take him alongside him.
All right. Will he read a poem?
Yeah, well, we've asked him already. He's had an opportunity, but I think a few more liquid courage, he'll be into it.
So he won numerous best and fairest during your era, Jamo, and every year he won the BNF. So you knew because he had the vote count done after your last game, and then you had presentation night, and he would always write a poem. And for a bloke that didn't say a lot, and obviously carved out a niche as a very tough forward and defender, it was quite an interesting touch.
And he's got that about him, Dale. He's one of those different types, you would say, Cap. So he... when the dance floor comes on, you should see the moves of D. Carson. He's at Michael Jackson. Absolutely unbelievable. So
was on a Sunday night.
Yeah, that's probably why Cap would have wanted to take him out for dinner.
100%.
Because, and the blokes that moves, they sort of hang around a little bit. And,
all right, so that's the good bloke you'd take.
Yeah.
Who's the reptile from the team you would never take? Who's the bloke who just is a pest, or you just who's the bloke you're not going to hang around with at 10:30 tonight?
Tommy Baldwin from the Reese's group. At a certain time onwards, you really need to get away from the great man, but he's already brought a lot as it is. There's one of the boys' houses at Ann Street around the corner. We had some great memories of on the premiership night.
Be careful here, Cap.
Are we still live? Yeah, you got to watch out for Baldo.
Baldo, actually, after the 2015 premiership, Baldo went Mad Monday as Ivan Milat, so that probably...
Wow. You realise
it was a different time.
But if an AFL player does that now, that is in a world of hurt. Jamo, you were very good at the post-premierships, and one of your characters actually got mentioned talking to somebody else. That was Paul Blart Morcott.
Yes, that was I come in on the scooter that day to the
Segway.
On the Segway. Didn't quite do the Segway. I didn't think I'd be able to do the Segway after a few. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kingy, but I think the picture of me as Paul Blart may have got more hits than Patrick Dangerfield returning to Geelong.
It did.
So, it was... I've always had that.
So are we saying that he's the original dress-up coach?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before Buddha's
little escapades. If Buddha today in his beekeeper suit, he's rocked up today. He's not coaching. He just said he's going to come as a beekeeper. He and I were talking during the week. He goes, I think it came off his Ted Lasso Believe.
Yes.
And anything BE or BEE. So anyway, and you did John Candy's character from Cool Runnings.
Yeah, I did Cool Runnings.
Were you in the bobsled?
Yeah, we were in the bobsled with him, yeah.
I was... Benny actually got me the original jacket, which I think still hangs up in my wardrobe. I might have paid a bit for it, I reckon, off eBay somewhere there.
And who was the other one?
And then just it was Zookeeper.
Oh,
Zookeeper.
Yep.
Yeah, so went back to the well there and always gets a laugh.
You would get George Wendt, you'd get Norm from Cheers probably up and running a bit this year, wouldn't you?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Come on, King. Walk into the Queenscliff Bowls and Croquet Club, and everybody go, Jamo!
It's good. It's good fun. You got to have a bit of laugh, and that's one thing that we did. And, I just listened to Cap speak then, he's the journey that he's been on. He's an inspiration to us all, and he actually talked it down then. Like it was a bigger fight than what he's saying. It was a real fight for his life, and. As he does, he just takes things on head on, and he's such a positive person. He's a real leader of men, and I'm glad that our footy club our community got around him when he was ill, and he deserved that because what he's given this club for so long. But he's playing it down. He was in a fight, and his positive approach to things would have went a long way. But we love him, and. He's a legend.
Makes taking on Andrew Van Janen as an undersized ruckman seem small fry.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it was just, for me, it was a good reminder of what you belong to. And, going up to Sydney, taking on the opportunity we have, and getting news like that, just the outpouring from the community we're a part of, and TJW's been mentioned plenty of times already in that room. that's something that we instilled from the start. It was a really good reminder for me and my family of what the club brings and the outpouring we got. We couldn't be more thankful for.
Did anybody invite Luke Forbes today?
We did, but he goes home just after half-time.
So, of course, Luke Forbes had taken Dale Carson to the cleaners in the first half, and the margin was 24 at half-time and then became 30 early in the third quarter. Who was the person that decided that Dale Carson needed to go from key back to key forward, where obviously he had played prior to Russell Robertson coming to St Joey's?
Yeah, I think we mentioned it at half-time, and I don't know, 24 points down, we probably thought, oh, do you want to go now? Or if they kick another one, we're going to be in trouble. And then they kicked another one and we thought, shit, we're in trouble. Just send him forward and see what happens. But we speak about that all the time on this day, I think, and Dale's story goes into a bit of folklore, and, it is uncanny, him doing what he did in that third quarter, but it was a midfield that really got on top. Midfield and half back, I think Kirsch's boy Riley had a great day. Lovey had a good day. But yeah, Atkins, Kerris, Dan Gibbs.
Dan Gibbs is the forgotten man in that.
Yeah, he was really big when you watch that third quarter back. Those guys just got on top. Yep. And Dale was lucky to be on the end of him. I shouldn't say that because it takes a bit to do it, and I'm a forward at heart. So, but yeah, it was just we just revved into gear, and we spoke about that actually with the St Joey's group today. We had a bit of fear factor in about the way we played the footy, and when we scored heavily, and I think that's what happened in that third quarter. They hadn't seen it for that time, and things were probably against us that day with the final five. When you finish on top, I think we won by 96 points in the first final against Colac, which wasn't a physical game at all. We were hardly untouched. So you play one game of footy in a month, which was real easy, and then you go into a grand final. I was a little bit concerned going into that grand final just with the lack of footy that we had played, but yeah, once we kicked into gear, geez, it's special to watch.
Newtown, of course, came from an elimination final, tried to do what Colac had actually done the year before in 2014. On reflection, Benny, what would happen if you hadn't have got over that hump? And obviously there'd been so many losses in that era, 06, 09 come to mind, a couple of losses in 97 and 99 to North Shore. It just seemed to be one of those great hexes of local footy that Joey's couldn't get it done on the big stage.
No, it's the most important of the lot. It's, the monkey on the back was there, King, and we can muck around with it all we want, but when it came to the big stage, Joey's had that mentality where we got there and we did our best, but we didn't get the chocolates. And for me, that 2015 was the most critical in what we've eventuated, what we've seen since. It really opened up the floodgates, I guess. The confidence that came after that 2015, the look in the likes of Hainsey and all the boys, Riley, there's just a different aura about him after that 2015, and I think that monkey on the back was the biggest hurdle to get over in 2015, and we did it. Yeah.
So it was you, McCullough, Riley, Jacko Davis?
Yes, yep.
Who else?
Measures.
Gibbs played in all three?
Einstein played all three.
No, he missed one with injury, didn't he?
Ferg,
yeah.
And
Alex Hickey.
Yeah. Playing all three, Al? I thought he missed one.
Yeah. I remember the photo.
They played all three.
Played all three. Yeah. And obviously Dan Measures with that incredible record of three in the Alice, 3 here, 3 at Queenscliff, and obviously one at Bannockburn as well.
I think he won a T20 comp with Little River, didn't he? Yeah, we saw it. Yeah. We did it. We don't know how. He's never played cricket in his life. He went to Little River and won a T20.
That's it. Grand final day. I think he just jumped the fence before the first quarter bounce and was raring to go and played his heart out as usual. But we love Mizzy.
Success follows him wherever he goes. Gentlemen, I'm going to let you go and enjoy your day. Thank you so much for taking 10 minutes to come and reminisce with us. Ben, obviously, privately, we've known that you've had some battles, but for you to share publicly what you've been through, and as Jamo said, you have played it down because my reports that are coming to me were you were very, very unwell. But great to see you up and about. The hair held on nicely too.
Yeah, got through unscathed, thankfully.
That was the main thing he was worried about, to be honest.
Yeah. I think Joey was more concerned about that. We got through that. Thanks very much, gents.
Can you just tell me if you came home and found Joe McCullough in bed with your wife, is it true you'd kick your wife out?
100%.
I reckon it used to be true. I reckon it's gone the other way now.
Said it is, so that's fine.
Footy Spotlight, thanks to Rex Garrell, Geelong, and we're before the bounce for Team Tyre Power and the Ponds and Newtown Hotel. And that was Inspirations Paint, Benny Capra and Heath Jamieson, the captain and coach of the 2015 St Joseph's Premiership team. Great to see both of them. I'm going to catch them a little bit later for Pivot City. Great to see there's Pivot Cities over there here at St Joseph's. They love them. And we're going to take a break and come back on the other side. And there's a lot of love in this room, but we love Benny. I was lucky enough to write the story of Benny's 200th a few years ago. And he's a great man, and great to see Jamo as well come over. We will catch them a little bit later. Not too far away from bounce here, still about 7 minutes to play in the reserve grade clash. 4-7-31, playing 1-3-9. A break and back on the other side of this. Thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7, win a $1,000 fuel voucher. Only at APCO South Geelong and Warn Ponds. Live, breathe, Carol Footy.
K-Rock's Tim and Jess.
So they're calling it a mini-moon. Essentially, it's just like a small asteroid. It's about 10 metres wide. It's coming so close to the Earth that it's getting picked up by the
gravitational pull.
And it's going to do one loop
and then
get flung straight back out into the universe.
Yeah. But can we give it a more catchy name?
Murray the Moon.
Murray the Moon. There we go.
Excellent.
That's all I needed.
They're expecting Murray to start his orbit as of September 29.
That's nice. Now I'm worried for Murray. The Murray worry is quite high. But thank you very much.
Voted by a panel of their peers to most likely make you laugh whilst driving home in 2025. Tim and Jess on K-Rock. Your future, your hands. Study at the Gordon.
Add a little bit of, a sprinkling of,
ooh,
and a pinch of. Oppie's Bistro at the Norlane Hotel has a new executive chef and a new head chef. The perfect ingredients for amazing food. The new menu is loaded with flavour, from herb-crusted barramundi to crispy pork belly. Plus steaks, 6 incredible parmas and burgers you're going to love. They've sure turned up the flavour. The new Oppie's Bistro menu at the Norlane Hotel, Princes Highway. norlanehotel.com.au.
Since a bloke named Bill started cutting timber in a mill back in 1980, Barwon Timber's been the builder's best mate ever since. Whether you stick framing or need prefab frames and trusses, Barwon Timber's got what you need for every building stage. Geelong owned and operated with trade quality products in stock, ready to go. Barwon Timber, Fellmongers Road, Breakwater. The team that builders just keep coming back for.
I'm going down to Barwon Timber.
Hamlin Homes, with over 40 years of commitment, building homes throughout Geelong and the Surf Coast. Hamlin Homes is family operated, born, raised and living in Geelong, and committed to thriving into the future. Committed to building quality, sustainable homes. Committed to supporting you throughout your building journey. Hamlin Homes, built on a commitment to local trades, using premium quality materials, including a roof made from Colorbond steel. Hamlin.com.au, CDB-U 52938.
Don't panic, call Steamatic.
Steamatic Geelong introduces mobile laser cleaning services using world-leading technology. This is the future of cleaning and surface preparation, using nothing more than the touch of light. Whether it's food manufacturing, injection mould and tool cleaning, or paint and corrosion removal, take advantage of this dustless, non-abrasive, chemical-free technology. Another winning solution from Geelong's cleaning and restoration specialists. Visit steamatic.com.au.
Since a bloke named Bill started cutting timber in a mill back in 1980, Barwon Timber's been the builder's best mate ever since. Whether you stick framing or need prefab frames and trusses, Barwon Timber's got what you need for every building stage. Geelong owned and operated with trade quality products in stock, ready to go. Barwon Timber, Fellmongers Road, Breakwater. The team that builders just keep coming back for.
I'm going down to Barwon Timber.
Breakwater Metalland. Steel projects made easy. Need your steel cut to any size while you wait? Easy. Need your order delivered anywhere within 50 Ks? Easy. Want a better choice of steel products like flat bar, RHS, SHS and angle steel products? Easy. At Breakwater Metalland, they love talking steel and they'll recommend the right products to make your job easy. For your construction, landscaping or DIY project, choose Breakwater Metalland for steel products made easy. BreakwaterMetalland.com.au.
The thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Before the bounce, thanks to Team Tyre Power and the Ponds and Norlane Hotels. Get your friends together and have a fun day out at the Ponds and Norlane Hotel. Great to have Ben Capra and Heath Jamieson join us. Gary Hocking a little bit earlier for Inspirations Paint, and Aaron Keating, Newtown and Chilwell president. Geelong VFL in action today at GMHBA Stadium, and we can tell you that the Cats have actually hung on for a 3-point win. Jeez. 10-12-72 to 11-3-69. We have had some word, though, that Cam Guthrie has got injured early in the contest, and it may be hamstring related, so hopefully not too serious. Just some numbers from the Cats. George Stevens, 32 disposals, 7 clearances and a goal.
His day.
I was going to say, it's a George Stevens type of day today.
Guy Clark with 31, Marcus Herbert 27, Mitch Nevitt 25. Patrick Rechko, he picked up last year. He's playing some good footy, had 25 disposals. Ollie Wiltshire, after an absolute horror last week at Williamstown, 1 disposal, has kicked 2 goals, 2 from 23 possessions.
Oh, 2 goals worth 5 today. Let's be fair.
Absolutely.
So even at GMHBA to be chopped up.
So Jai Farah kicked 5 for the Gold Coast.
Yeah, right.
So he was an emergency for their AFL team last night. Alex Sexton, the veteran, kicked a couple. Other goal kickers for the Cats, all singles. Stevens, Rechko, Jay Polkinghorn, Tobin Murray, Tanner Lewis, who was pulled out of the Geelong West side and back into the VFL. Killian Burke, the Irishman, in his first game in the hoops at VFL level. 7 disposals. Jamison Ballantyne and Kai Anand, who Ocean Grove probably could have done with yesterday.
Might have helped.
After losing to Port Arlington. Port Arlington beat Ocean Grove yesterday. For the first time since 1983, they've won twice against the Grubbies in the 1 year.
Really?
83.
Wow.
42 years without beating Ocean Grove twice.
It's incredible.
It's some remarkable record. So good win there for the Cats. They needed that. That breaks, I think, a 6-game losing streak. So they're now 4-6 and put themselves back in at least wild card contention with the bottom 4 of the 10, 7-10 and 8-9 playing each other. Let's have a look at the rest of the GFNL round. Some, well, disappointing results in terms of the score, and if anybody wants to say the GFNL's in a good space, it's not.
Could have rained yesterday for a couple of teams.
Yeah. 234-13. St Mary's have beaten North Shore. Paddy Dowling's feasted. He's kicked 11. Now, this is not Paddy's fault, but Paddy ends up winning the GFNL goal kicking this year. Right now, 21 of his 30 goals have come against Lara and North Shore.
Should have an asterisk.
Yeah, well, it won't.
You only kick them against who you play against. So it is what it is. Good on you, Paddy. You're still not going to win anyway, but it doesn't matter.
37-year-old Joffy Simpkins kicked 5.
Oh, wow.
As Colac 98, West 30. And one of the great teasers of GFNL footy, Luke Hillman's kicked 4. He's a tease, isn't he?
Joffy wouldn't have played if it was raining like this. He would have pulled out with hamstring awareness yesterday if it had rained like this.
The reserve grade clash is done, 31-9. Grovedale, gee, they'll stiff.
Came from the clouds.
Ball was 15 metres out from their goal. When they trailed by 2 points at the final siren. Bell Park 72, the Tigers 70. Mitch Mahardy kicked 4 and Jet Birmingham won plenty of the footy. Leopold 217, Connor Giddings kicked 7, Lara 8. Now I looked at that Lara side and saw Josh Sanders in, Daly Andrews in, Aaron Stone in, and I thought that's actually probably the best looking team they've put in. Madjak Dorolo, I feel sorry for Madjak. Having seen what I've seen of Madge, he can't move. Like, he's no free, fluid movement around the ground.
Yesterday, Kingy.
Yep.
Yeah, Kirsch had nothing to do, so he went and watched him.
And it's disappointing to see. It really is. Take those top 4 away. Aaron Stone was quiet yesterday, but Darby Edmondson had 42, Daly Andrews had 35, and on the flip side, Logan Wagner had 40-odd, and Pup did what he liked, and it's all right going one way, but there's a lot of work to do there, unfortunately.
I don't know where to. I was talking to somebody this morning who has seen both North Shore and Lara, and their feedback was North Shore will beat Lara in 2 weeks.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. We're going, aren't we?
We are. We'll be at the Snake Pit.
Oh, the pit.
For the first time.
Is that a Saturday or a Sunday?
It's a Saturday. Into a Sunday, Grovedale and Geelong West.
Oh, there's a double.
South Barwon 122. Didn't have it all their own way against St Albans 83. Johnny Broughton kicked 2 and brought up his 200th GFNL senior goal.
How many did the Grumpy kick? He kicked 3, didn't he?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
I thought Johnsy was an emergency, so maybe he come in late?
No, those teams were
standard.
Yeah, so he didn't play before the break against Leopold, and South basically lodged their same team from the previous week to meet the requirement.
Have a look at the little reptile O'Dwyer. Look at him, he loves it.
So Will O'Dwyer, of course, friend of ours.
Oh, K-Rock's own.
Special guest host of Beyond the Boundary this week. It's not Will O'Dwyer.
Oh, who?
Much expense to management. Paul Hood, I believe, is going to come
great Hood man.
He's going to come and co-host
He loves
this
it.
week's edition. I don't know who's going to be on. But we're going to work our way.
Oh, yes, I don't know whether I've told my other employer this week. I'm in Tasmania this week, so sorry about that, Dowlo. Dowlo's in the back of the box. I do a little bit of stuff for him. Send another invoice as we do, Kirsch.
5 goals. 5 goals for Oscar Pollock.
Yes, I saw that.
Neildy is a massive rat for... Now, Neildy's not one to come out and talk players up, but he is an Oscar Pollock fan. He likes what he sees, and there's a reason why he's on the Geelong VFL list.
Will the great man be listening today at home with a Pinot or something, will he?
I'm not sure.
We'll find out shortly.
I'm sure there'll be a text message somewhere. I'm listening or something.
He must see something we don't.
Tom Higgins kicked 3. He's having a wonderful first campaign for the Super Saints. They're doing some good things, St Albans.
Well, they've pushed... Yeah, that scores a respectable mark. I know it's...
They pushed Newtown to 20 points.
They played in the grand final last year, South Barwon, so they're doing okay.
100%. Did their boy Botsaris do anyone?
Jimmy Botsaris. Jimmy yesterday, no, didn't kick a goal.
Come on,
Jim Bob.
Come on, Jim Bob.
But Lucas Gray was back.
Yes, from college duties, yes.
With no college this weekend. And Tyson Roberts was back from the Falcons.
Had to buy the Falcons a couple of weeks.
So they're all the GFNL scores for round 7. And the ladder looks a little bit like this. Now, the ladder is actually balanced up for the moment. But these two play today, and then it won't balance up again until round 15.
Stupid round 0.
Oh, it was great. Loved it. Joey's on top, 28 points. Now, if they were to win this, they would go 2 games clear, but St Mary's would still have a game in hand. 6-1. Colac 5-2. Newtown 5-2. Leopold 4-3. South Barwon 4-3. That was important for Bell Park yesterday. If they had been 3-4, you might have gone. There's 6 fighting for 5. But there's still 7 fighting for 5 in Bell Park. They've got a couple of crucial ones coming up, including Leopold, that we'll be at the end of June. Grovedale 2-5 would be disappointed not to be 3-4, maybe even 4-3, because they had St Albans in there and got rolled. West are 2-5, Lara 0-7, and North Shore 0-7 with a percentage of 7.89. So that is all the scores from the weekend. We need to take another break. Come back before the bounce for Team Tyre Power and the Ponds and Norlane Hotels. Get your friends together and have a fun day out at the Ponds and Norlane Hotels and win a $1,000 fuel voucher only at APCO South Geelong and Warn Ponds. Live, breathe on a Sunday afternoon. K-Rock Footy.
Tom, Lee and Loggy, Geelong's favourite way to wake up.
So if you have trouble bending, stretching, putting on socks as you get older, or if you were injured, so I've seen this hack.
I could use this.
Yeah, I know.
Because I have to roll on my back at the moment and kind of hook one on my big toe and just anything like that, just to get it started.
Of course you do. It's called foreplay.
In 2025, Geelong and the Surf Coast's favourite way to wake up is Tom, Lee and Loggy on K-Rock 955. Visit one of Mimosa Homes' 50 displays across Melbourne and Geelong.
Since a bloke named Bill started cutting timber in a mill back in 1980, Barwon Timber's been the builder's best mate ever since. Whether you stick framing or need prefab frames and trusses, Barwon Timber's got what you need for every building stage. Geelong owned and operated with trade quality products in stock, ready to go. Barwon Timber, Fellmongers Road, Breakwater. The team that builders just keep coming back for.
I'm going down to Barwon Timber.
Great news, Torquay and Warm Ponds. KFC is now open in your part of the world. Drive through, takeaway, or on your favourite food delivery app. KFC, Torquay and Warm Ponds, now open. Did someone say KFC?
When an emergency strikes, every second counts. That's why you need a trusted and reliable emergency department that provides you with the highest level of care. And that's exactly what you'll find at St John of God Geelong's Emergency Department. Open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m, 7 days a week. From chest pains to broken bones, St John of God Geelong's team of experienced doctors and nurses is there, ready to care for you. St John of God Geelong, caring for our community for 50 years.
Your dream home is closer than you think. think with Metricon, Australia's #1 home builder. With our fast track program, your contract is ready in 7 days and you can get to site in as little as 16 weeks. Plus, you can receive an upfront and transparent fast track saving on your stunning Metricon design. Contact us to see if you qualify and move in faster than you thought possible. Metricon, love where you live. Terms and conditions apply. CDBU 52967.
At Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds, meet the next generation of computing power, the new Intel Ultra processors. With AI and Windows Copilot, these computers have never been faster or smarter. For technology that's not just ahead of the curve, but bending the curve, talk to Geelong's experts in tech and discover how you can upgrade your world. Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds, proudly bringing you the future of computers, now.
At APCO, we know your time is precious. So download the APCO app to skip the queue and pay for your fuel from the comfort of your car. Love our Jaffles and award-winning coffee? Pre-order through the APCO app. No more waiting in line, just grab and go. Shop the way you want, when you want. Just search APCO app in your app store and start saving time today. APCO Cafe 24/7. We've got you.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
And we're before the bounce, thanks to Team Tyre Power and the Ponds and Norland Hotels. Team Tyre Power, your one-stop shop for all tyres and wheels in Belmont, Drysdale, North, Geelong and Torquay. The KFC X-Poll is in, and we just pose the question every week. Who wins? KFC with a $6.95 giant snack pack, nuggets, popcorn, chicken and chips. Pick up only 75% Joey's, 25% Newtown and Chilwell. Let's get a head-to-head for Breakwater Meadowland from the man in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe, Matt Kershaw. Who are you looking at this afternoon?
Well, I tell you what, it won't be the 2 full forwards. It won't be them this weekend, that's for sure. We're going to go a couple of hard nose here. Jason's already seen who I've written down, so he likes the two of these. Liam Nash versus Keelan Betson. Both of them are get-out-of-me-way type players. Head over the ball. It's just going to be about meterage and tackles for them today, so there's going to be our beautiful little match-up in there.
Who you got?
Liam Nash versus Keelan Betson.
Liam Nash, Keelan Betson, thank you for that. So we're just dealing with some minor technical difficulties, which I think we have resolved. A very good afternoon to those watching through AFL Barwon TV from the comfort of your lounge room. And a very good afternoon to Mustang Sue Buckley, who's in Kyoto, listening to us this afternoon. And Jack Buckley did run around in the reserve grade clash today. She was keen to know whether the 14 was there, but with no bandana.
Yeah, no headband. I'm not too sure what's going on there.
Too wet.
Breakwater Meadowland Steel Projects made easy. Now, I can tell you this ground report for Goddings at swimming pool like Geelong's Kubota dealers, tractors, excavators, mowers and more, and the puddles are really falling. We had another burst of rain, and right now we have got it shower falling here at Drew Oval. I didn't catch the toss of the coin, so whoever won's going to kick with the tide.
The tractor out here right now, I think.
So no Jane Birch for Leopold Sporties today. Birchie is on the injury list for St John of God Hospital. Of course, Leopold Sportsman's Club, your complete family venue. Cats in the VFL with a 3-point win over Gold Coast as we go around the grounds. AFL bounces at 3:20 from Bunbury as North Melbourne host the West Coast Eagles down in southwest WA. Laurie Hill, winner and margin this afternoon, please. St Joseph's by 10 points for Laurie Hill on a wet day. Matt Dowling has just poked his head into the box. Dowler, who's winning and by how much? Joey's by 16 for Dowlow. You can just go in the little slot that I made for Birchie's tip, so that works out very well. Matthew Kershaw, winner and margin. Have you got the pendulum out today?
Yeah, pendulum. I don't think the pendulum would suit today. But anyway, St Joseph's are plus 184 in the positive column. They are plus 57 in the negative column for a total of 241 points in the positive. Divide that by the 6 games played, Jason. That gives Joey's a margin of 40 points on a nice dry day, which it was almost in round 0. Yes. Today it's not going to be that. We're going to go take a bit off that, and we're going to go 20 points.
20 points this afternoon.
We'll halve it with the conditions.
St Joseph's, and for you, Jace?
St Joseph's by 86 minus 85.
One's the margin.
St Joey's by a point.
This is the third time they have met on your King's birthday Sunday. When they first did it was Queen's birthday still. We hadn't lost the Queen.
Yes,
and
that's
then
right.
12 months later, it was King's birthday. We didn't do it last year. The Pussycats actually played on a Sunday on King's birthday weekend last year. And for what it's worth, I'm actually going to tip an upset. I've been drinking the Kool-Aid.
The Towners.
I'm going to tip the Towners. I'm going to tip them by 7 points.
I know.
The youngsters are going to have a real crack in this one this afternoon. So umpires this afternoon, Shay Hubie, Jake McLeod, and with the ball held aloft is Chris Jones. And we are underway. First quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman.
Cam Wilkinson in the middle for Newtown. Got the ball down. They're kicking to the southern end in this first term. The Towners in the old Newtown jumper. Well, Nash puts his head over the ball and he nearly caught, well, he did cop one across the head. And
that's
he gets a free
ball
kick.
for a sling.
Oh,
yes.
okay,
Yeah,
that's
definitely
beforehand.
there.
Okay,
Yep.
so James Hickey's going to take it at half back now for Newtown. Goes to Kershaw, takes the mark. Liam goes inside 50 with the kick. Morrison takes the mark, and that will be the Hamlin hanger. That will be the first mark of the day.
Well, it was a good play, good quick play while the ball's dry to get that ball moving into
Absolutely.
some hands without it touching the ground. Yellow pill too, boys, just out of interest.
It is. Yellow pill. So Oscar Morrison has it in front of the Alan Russell Pavilion, and the
didn't have to go down to Rebel to buy one like Geelong West a few weeks ago.
Thank goodness. So the 2015 boys will be watching this. Just Kurt just got
forgot
that.
about that.
Yeah. Morrison comes in, northern end of the ground, right foot kick, 45 out, run straight into the puddle and kicks the goal. Oscar Morrison, maybe with the Metricon goal of the day as well. Visit Metricon Display Home at Armstrong Creek, Warrallee Estate, just off the Surf Coast Highway. And Oscar Morrison starts the day nicely for St Joey's. They are 1 straight 6. They lead Newtown yet to score. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
Really important to get that ball moving early, particularly while it's not waterlogged. Get a couple of uncontested marks. Well, that was a contested mark, but Kershaw with the uncontested mark. Get the ball moving in the side forward 50 quickly so you can get those marks inside forward 50. I think they average about, what do they average? They average 16 marks inside forward 50, Joey's. They're not going to get that today, so that's crucial to get one early.
Back in the middle, umpire throws it into the air. It's allowed to hit the ground, and it's going to be shepherding in the ruck contest. It's going to go against Wilkinson to Eddie McCoy. So looking forward to this battle like we got in round 1. He was our Leopold Sporties Player of the Day on debut, Eddie McCoy, and he goes wide to Zach Knights, who marks on the outer wing. Fires a handball to his skipper in Hickey, the sole surviving member of the 2015 team still playing. There's actually 2 players out there that played in that grand final. Who's the other one, Kirsch?
2016?
15, grand
15.
final.
Al Hickey and Braden Hogging?
Correct. Top of the class, Matt Kershaw.
Oh, one of them are happy and one not.
Yes, Braden Hocking playing game 180 this afternoon for the Towners at GFNL senior level. We're going to get a boundary throw in at right half forward. Here's Jace.
So McCoy gets his way to the front. Oh, that's a short boundary throw. He might have to do a little bit. I think it might have slipped out of the young boundary umpire's hands there. She's going to come in a bit closer for McCoy and Wilkinson. Tough day for everybody this afternoon, players and umpires alike. It will be a boundary throw in. McCoy gets it down in the front. Hickey runs through without it. Comes back to James Hickey though. He tried to do a free kick found. Newtown going to take it. Have no idea where that came from.
That's all.
But Gennaro Bove's going to take it. He goes from half back towards centre wing. Out in front, taking the mark there is the man with the second straightest back in the GFL. Luke Maddock goes long with the kick. Oh, Luke Webb gets back and takes a Hamlin hanger. We're just going to say that for the first 3 minutes just to make sure we get one. And Webb's got it short kick inside defensive 50. James Hickey's had plenty of it already in the first 3.5 minutes of this game.
He's in the shallow end and he tries to hack it out wide, find a marking target. Didn't find one. Foppiani, Morey in the long sleeves. Well, he'll like the hoops because he played at Yarrawonga and they wear the blue and white hoops in the Ovens and Murray. So Logan Morey will be comfortable with that.
Had to buy new socks, Kingy.
No, they just wear the blue.
Oh, just plain blue.
Play paint, yeah, from memory.
The Pigeons.
They are the Pigeons. Tapped down by Wilkinson, roving by Nash, tried to get a handball away, but here's James Hickey, busy early, and he's been dragged down without footy. No, holding the ball. Is the decision. Gee, hot there. Wow. Was umpire. And the free kick belongs to Ned Harris. No Charlie Harris or Charlie Byrne today. And he goes short to Morey. There's a few long sleeves out there. Gennaro Bove also in the long sleeves. You wouldn't have seen Matt McMahon in long sleeves. Foppiani flying, couldn't take the mark. Ball rolls away from Dodos, who ran around with Undira last week in the Kyabram District League, kicked a couple of goals. Then I saw him out of the team and thought, please don't tell me he's done a grub Mulroney and got injured. But he's playing this afternoon. He's fine.
Boundary throw in 35 around from the Newtown goal, southern end of Drew Reserve. McCoy pushed past in the ruck contest. Batson puts his head over it, as you'd expect. Bove in there as well. And they come up with a footy and going to hand it back to the umpire. About 35 out, directly in front from the Newtown goal. McCoy gets a left hand to it. Betson runs through the middle. Bove right next to him. Ball still in dispute. Betson just tries to rugby scrum it through. Is that holding the ball? Has to be. And he dropped the footy. 45 out from goal. Newtown are going to have a free kick. And they're going to go long and quick inside. 50. Madola goes up. Oh, that's a push in the back probably to McCoy. Umpire said play on. Handball came from Liam Betson for St Joey's. Webb. He's not going anywhere. Tackled by Foppiani and also Luke Maddock. And we're going to have a ball up. Only 15 out from the Newtown goal right now. 1 straight 6 St Joey's. Newtown yet to score. Right in front of our best seats in the house. Thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Win a $1,000 fuel voucher only at APCO South Geelong and Warren Ponds. Thanks to APCO South Geelong for feeding us as the ball's thrown up. Goes under the pack. Locked in by Dodos, who pulls it in underneath Keel and Betson. They would have crossed paths when Dodos was at Kyabram and Betson at Marupna. Into the air again, about 12 metres out. McCoy winning the tap down. Al Hickey trying to take possession. Couldn't. Foppiani just snapped that went straight up the shot tower about 8 metres. It's off hands and Luke Webb is happy to rush it through for a behind and get his first kick in of the afternoon. Newtown 1 behind St Joseph's. 1 straight 6 opening quarter action has ticked past 6 minutes on the Barham Foods time clock. James Hickey has bought his own footy this afternoon. Gets it again in the back pocket from Luke Webb. Chips the ball to Keelan Betson. And in fact, it's Liam Betson. Takes the mark inside, defensive 50 for Joey's. Wants somebody to lead for him on centre wing. Goes in that direction on the outer side. Wants Morrison, who goes up one-handed, can't take it. Jackson Bruin off the front of the pack. Little left foot tumbling punt towards the boundary line's okay. Nash, bit of candy. Left foot kick was good to Foppiani. Took the mark, 50 from goal on the boundary line. And, well, in fact, he's probably a bit closer. He's probably 35 out. The biggest comeback has just taken place. What's that? Jane Birch has just run old sporties and is about to go down boundary side for us. Wow! On a day where Birchie, she's here. Betty Cass is here. Oh, everybody's here.
It was a mention of the medical certificate, Jace, that did it.
Ball back into dispute now. Again, trying to get it away. St Joey's outside defensive 50 falls towards Nash. Gets through some traffic. Oh, candy from Liam Nash. Left foot kick, partly smothered by Keelan Betson. Maddock over the top of it as well. He gets wrapped up, pushes his straight back into the ground. And it will be a ball up. 30 out from the Newtown goal. How are you feeling, Birchie?
I have felt better, but I figured I'd just be lying in bed listening to the coverage anyway, and it seemed like a lot of fun. Beekeepers and swimming pools.
25 metres out from the Newtown goal. Al Hickey tried to clear out a fumble. This is happening in the swimming pool that is in the corridor about 25 metres from goal. We're going to get another stoppage. Maybe St Joseph's 1 goal will be enough this afternoon. 1 straight 6 plays, 1 behind. Hope you're enjoying the call through Football.live, FM 88.5 here at the ground, and AFL Barwon TV as much as we are bringing it to you. Keelan Betson a handball after a don't argue, and Luke Webb sends it to the wing. Edwards is his target, and the juggling mark is a nice one. In these wet and greasy conditions with a ball that's only going to get heavier, he sends it long. Hunter Lewis is his target, uses the body well, but it was well defended and knocked away there by Kapala towards the boundary line. Will it go out of bounds? No. Henderson was there but couldn't take it. The clearing kick comes from Newtown to the wing. A double fister rolled off the back of Cal Mitchell's fist and behind him, but it rolled out of bounds fortuitously for him because ready to pounce was Jesse Colville. Late inclusion for Finn Laffey, who withdrew at about midnight last night through illness. He was at Beeves. He decided he wasn't playing.
Drink hard till 2.
Boundary throw in, half forward for Newtown. Nobody goes in the ruck contest. Nash got one high. Umpire says play on. And it will be a ball up. Surprise, surprise, Liam Nash over the footy. He's going to do that most of the afternoon. Now ruck contest. Wilkinson tried to push McCoy past him. McCoy got it though. Roved at the back end though for Newtown by Katsaurus. Or Katsaris.
A Felix on each team today, Jace, for your information.
What's going on there? 2 Felixes. Amazing. Ball up half forward Newtown. Wilkinson got it down. Nash pushed past it. Through the middle was Edwards for St Joey's. Ball at the back. The Towners get it on the outside, and they go now with a right foot kick towards 50. Oh, Webb coming back. Clark was there as well. High tackle. Umpire said play on. That was Harkness. He tries to tackle. He does pretty well. Gets the handball out, but only as far as Hosey. He falls over at the crucial stage. Now Maddox kicks partly smothered. Goes up the chimney. Foppiani kick around the corner. Webb getting back there. Goalkeeper Stoller grabs it as well. And Luke Webb in the last line of defence. Birchie, he can't win it again this week. You'll have to pick somebody else. Although he started well along with James Hickey, the Leopold Sporties player of the day.
Thematic standout as well up for grabs. Long driving ball from Webb to Grandy. His target back with the flight. Ned Harris couldn't take the mark, but he knocked it forward for Newtown inside 50. Henderson picked it up, was brought to ground. The ball spilled out in the tackle. We're going to say that a little bit today. Soccer off the ground was okay. It's going to work out and land on the chest of Luke Maddock. It barely went 15, but a little soccer out of the pack has worked out okay. And a chance for Luke Maddock, who's been out injured, I think an ankle issue sidelining him. He didn't play back in round 0. I think serving the back end of a suspension from last year was why he missed opening round.
Umpire Hubie's got the set square out for the goal. He's pushed Liam Betson right there and made sure Luke Maddock goes back where he needs to, and he's standing there with arms everywhere, flying.
It's 3 degrees out, James.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Luke Maddock, 45-degree angle. Liam Betson stands about 20 metres from goal. Old straight back Maddock kicks through the footy, pushes it across the face, not off the hands of Wilkinson. Foppiani off the ground. O'Dwyer off the ground on the line. No.
Post.
He slammed into the woodwork, has it?
Yep.
And that is the signal of the goal umpire, and that is a doubling of the Newtown score. They're 2 behind. St Joey's 1 straight 6 as the rain comes again.
Webb gets it out towards John Oates. He can't take it. Hennessy. Now the ball comes at the back. Handball came up on the up from Katsaurus. And then he gets it away. It's still on centre wing. Joey's have moved it. Edwards tried to kick it off the ground. They did in the end. Knight's got it up towards centre half forward. De Grande takes a tumbling mark just inside the centre square. He wants to move it on quickly. Drives it as long as he can. Inside forward 50. Pack develops. No mark taken. The back of the pack. Fresh air shot. That came from Morey for Newtown. They try and tap it back towards 50. Henderson off a step. Felix Henderson, left foot kick. Goal! Metricon goal of the day from Felix Henderson. Off one step, just went bang from 45 and put St Joey's second on the board. They're 2 straight 12. They lead Newtown 2 behinds. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard and the experts chair. Thanks to the Sporting Globe Geelong. Eat, drink, sport. Here's Kirsch.
That's the difference at the moment, Jace. Just a bit of cleanliness inside forward 50. It's 6-2 inside forward 50s to Newtown's favour at this stage, but the 2 times that St Joseph's have gone forward, they've kicked 2 goals, and that's what's going to really matter on a day like today, Jace. 2's worth 2, 2's worth 4 today. So, yep, very good play by St Joseph's to lock it in, get a restart, and re-shot on goal.
2 goals last week against St Mary's and 1 this afternoon. He hasn't been a noted goal kicker over his career, Felix Henderson. Umpire McLeod puts it into the air. McCoy and Wilkinson. Wilkinson winning the tap down this time. There's going to be a free kick for a hold going which way? It's going to go to Ned Harris, who off the centre wicket area shanks the kick. Slipped as he went to kick, coming through, but not taking it cleanly was Colville. Head over the footy. Morey brought to ground, and we will get a ball up just on 50. So the rain continues to fall. Puddles continue to fall, and this deck's going to be chopped up like you would not believe. I don't reckon Joey's will be training on here this week. Wilkinson and McCoy again. McCoy winning the tap down for Joey's. On hands and knees, a little handball up. Just missed a target, but Morey came again to have a go. He's been busy early. He's brought down in a tackle, and we'll get a ball up. Point of the square, left half forward. Newtown and Chilwell in attack in their old Newtown navy blue and white hoop jumpers. They trail 2. St Joseph's 12. First quarter action for Harvey Norman, Corowa and Warren Ponds.
Morrison in the ruck with Wilkinson. Both don't get a hand to it. Harris tried to get it out. Tackle came on Harry Smith for St Joey's. Now the ball spills to Nash. He gets a kick inside 50, tumbling punt. And getting out there quickly, that was Coburn. He couldn't pick it up on hands and knees. Maddock through the traffic does well. A little right foot kick around the corner. Cal Mitchell's there. Foppiani, he picks it up in the pocket. Ball spills free again. Tried to be a couple of kicks off the ground. Handball. Oh, gee whiz, St Joey's got 8 blokes around it. Humphrey's handball was okay to Morrison. On the out, gets it with the outside of the right foot. It's all Newtown there, though. 4 on 2. Oh, Hennessy's front and centre was good. His handball, though, didn't hit the target. Coming back the other way, Newtown go inside 50. Foppiani bets it. Oh, falls to the side, Coburn. And read it the better, Jed. And has taken the mark and will shoot for goal from 30 out, 45-degree angle.
Yeah, just read it better, didn't he? Turned his body. Some smart play there by Coburn in the air.
Birchie has found herself down boundary side. Birchie, just for Goddings, just an update on those conditions for us.
Well, the interchange gate here is an absolute swimming pool, so the players are trying to sort of stay out of that. But, yeah, I've never seen anything like it.
So Coburn to put Newtown's first on the board. And he runs through some pretty heavy patches there. 30 out, 45-degree angle, right foot kick, and has missed to the near side. So their third behind of the afternoon now. Newtown, they trail St Joey's 2 straight 12. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
Luke Webb, a low kick in that didn't hit its target in Antonac, and it spun away back towards the top of the goal square. Foppiani could go off the ground, didn't. Colville lying on the ground trying to get his boot to ball, had a fresh area, but Harry Smith will clear. A tumbling punt outside defensive 50 to Grandy, had it fisted away. It was good defensive play. Katsaris, little handball, kick inside forward 50. Well, it didn't go 15. O'Dwyer was involved. James Hickey a handball. A high floating ball to the wing. Diamond back with the flight. Tracking it for Newtown. Chilwell took it nicely. Fired a handball wide. Katsaris getting involved early. Swings a kick. Back towards forward 50. Looking for Foppiani. Oh, Falcon. Cal Mitchell straight off his bonds. And he went back looking for it but couldn't find it. Ned Harris got a shove in the back. We'll get a free kick. He did accentuate it. He made sure the umpire was aware that Liam Betson gave him a nudge, and he'll take the free kick just outside 50. Way too far out to score.
Yeah, so Harris looks to try and put it towards the top of the square. It's a good pass, but no mark taken. James Hickey couldn't take it. Kick came from Dodos towards goal. Oh, touched on the line by Joel Edwards. And through for behind to Dodos. His first score of the afternoon. And they go to 4 behinds now, Newtown. St Joey's 2 straight 12. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard. And we've been playing 16 minutes in the first term. Bowen Foods time clock.
Webb went short the last kick in. I'm tipping he's not going to do that again. It was nearly a turnover.
He'll hack this one outside defensive 50. It cleared the pack. Handball fight out of there by Hocking. A bouncing ball. Nash is there. Expect this to suit him this afternoon. Clearing kick. High ball came from Chafer. First possession for him for this afternoon. But there's a chance here for Dunn to get involved. His handball didn't do any favours there for his teammate in McGlade, the newcomer from the Western District. Kick inside forward 50. Coburn is there. Couldn't take his opportunity early. He'll get a free kick there. He's being held on to by Angus Humphrey. And he'll take it at left half forward. Humphrey descended inside forward 50, looking for a marking target. Oh, bounces off the chest of Colville in these wet and greasy conditions. Antonac took the loose footy. Colville took him. Umpire says, give it to me. We'll ball it up.
So ball up 30 out from the Newtown goal. They've had plenty of forward forays. They can't get that crucial goal, though, off the back of the pack. Betts and Liam. His kick was off the side of his boot towards his brother. Keelan just rugby scrummed it over, and we'll have a boundary throw in. About 45 around from the Newtown goal. You taking the inside 50 today, Kirsch?
I am.
You are? What is it at the moment for Kerrs High?
10-2.
Yes, and plenty of the ball forward for Newtown. Ball to the front of the pack from that ruck contest. Goes back towards Clark, who gives it back to Cal Mitchell. Recovered from that Falcon. Ball spills to Nash again inside the pocket. Goes towards Edwards, a long way from home. Oh, and then runs into the fence as well. Be careful, Joel. One of those days. In fact, it wasn't a full fence. It was a gate that he ran into. And
probably lucky because it's a bit of give.
Oh, gee whiz. I tell you what, he hit that hard. But it's going to be a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for Newtown.
17.5 minutes played. So St Joey's have gone inside forward 50 twice and kicked 2 goals. That is efficiency at its finest. Newtown, as we'll have it hurled back into play. Boundary umpires just come in a little bit to give herself a chance to create an even contest. Tap down one by Liam Betson doing the ruck work. Webb with the clearing kick. It's a high ball towards right half back. Morey back with the flight. Hocking there as well. Couldn't complete the mark. It's off hands and out of bounds. And we'll get a boundary throw in.
Edwards is being moved full back. Just drifted down and being that extra tall behind the ball.
So we'll get a boundary throw in, with Liam Betson winning the tap down. Antonac through traffic, tried to get a handball back. Kershaw fell over. Harry Smith received it. His kick taken by Morey. Wants to get back into his left boot. That'll be holding the ball, James Hickey. And the advantage is taken by Chafer, who bangs it long. It's a rolling ball that'll roll towards right half forward and out of bounds for a boundary throw in. So right under the scoreboard, it shows St Joseph's 2 straight 12. Newtown 4 behinds. Opening quarter action for Harvey Norman, and the rain's got a bit heavier. Harvey Norman, Cry on Warren Ponds. Birchie down to you for Goddings, just really settling in now.
Yeah, making sure I'm pretty compact under this umbrella because it is absolutely teeming down again.
Ball from the ruck contest. Newtown get it free. Go back towards half back. Goes past Dotus. Handball comes to Ben Clark. His kick inside 50 from behind to Grandy, or falls straight in the water. A nice big puddle there. About 30 out from Newtown's goal. Free kick going to be found. And it's going to be Connor Foppiani with it. So Foppiani drives it towards half back. Betson at the back. Gus Humphrey, good mark.
By day.
Yeah, it was very nice. And he's got it right half forward, called to play on. Goes towards 50 at the back. No mark taken. Bruin, his second effort was okay. Then he dropped it in the tackle. And big pack around it. The umpire will come in and ball it up about 30 out from the St Joey's goal.
2 straight 12 playing 4 behinds. Lights are on here, but it's fair to say that the lights here have very little impact on a dark day. They have very little impact at night when teams are training here. You come down here, it's like they're almost training in the dark. Still one of the places that probably hasn't had a significant lighting upgrade over the journey. As from that previous stoppage, we get another one. Umpire Jones just quickly throws it into the air. Ball hits the ground. Chance here again for James Hickey. Has his kick wonderfully smothered by Morey. James Hickey comes again. Morey pushes him out of bounds. And in the right forward pocket under the scoreboard, we'll get a boundary throw in. So I think those inside 50 count is now up for St Joey's. Kirsch?
There's 11-4, but interestingly enough, both teams had 17 tackles. So it's going to be a high number today, I think.
Thanks to Kerrs. Thanks to Kerrs. I'm 100% locally owned and operated in Geelong.
So a boundary throw in. A right forward pocket for St Joey's. Just next to the scoreboard. Ruck contest. Morrison tried to take it out of the ruck. And Keelan Betson tries to break the tackle of Jackson Bruin. The umpire says he can't. And I'll have to ball it up again. So still about 35 out from St Joey's goal. Falls to the side. Nash got a quick little kick towards the boundary line. Kick off the ground. And it didn't go very far in the end because it hits a puddle of water in front of the scoreboard. And it will be another boundary throw in. So conditions getting worse with that rain still pelting down here at Drew Oval.
At least it's not windy.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, you can see the smoke off the fire over there, which would be really lovely standing around that fire today,
Yes,
Jace. Going straight up the smoke.
Much better at home, though. But anyway, boundary thrown. Oh, Liam Betson from mid-air from the ruck contest. Got it towards the right forward pocket. And it runs out. Oscar Morrison couldn't keep it in. And we'll have a boundary thrown right next to the behind post at the northern end of the ground. St Joey's 2 straight 12. They lead Newtown 4 behinds. 21.5 played in this first term.
Fair to say there's a good crowd here for the conditions that have been thrown up. So right forward pocket. Here's a chance for Keelan Betson. Snap over the shoulder. Hocking back playing goalkeeper on the line has taken the mark. The veteran game 180 this afternoon for the reigning best and fairest. He'll drive it long towards left half back outer side, manoeuvre road side of the ground. Mark dropped by Liam Nash. It's off hands and underneath the pack. And Liam Nash's jumper of navy blue and white hoops is almost indistinguishable for the time he's spent in the clinches. Liam Betson will come back again to do the ruck work. So many ruck options. Liam Betson, Keelan Betson, Ed McCoy, Paddy de Grande, Oscar Morrison. Here's Antonak doing the roving, jamming it on the boot for Joey's inside 50. Murdoch worked de Grande off the footy but couldn't complete the mark. Ball back into the waiting hands of Mitch Diamond. They'll clear through Morey to half back, stretching. Dodos took a good mark on the outer wing under one of the light poles. It is, well, shining brightly but not providing much energy, I would fair to say.
At the back, Smith couldn't take it for St Joey's on centre wing. Needs some help. Gets some as well. Newtown put some tackles on. Foppiani it was who put the tackle on. And getting up off the deck, Cal Mitchell. So just forward of centre wing for Newtown. McCoy. Wilkinson got it down for Newtown. Back of the pack. Well, through the middle, handball from Keelan Betson. Standing start was James Hickey. Goes wide. Oh, Kershaw, good mark. Running back with a flight of the footy on centre wing. Kept his width and he's right on the boundary line. Just back of centre wing on the outer side. Tries to drive it as long as he can, and he has. He's put it into Kershaw's car. That's where Liam's put that footy. Haley will give that back to the umpire, and then Newtown will take the resultant free kick.
They flirted with the boundary line there, Jason. Flirted too much.
Correct.
2 straight 12 plays 4 behinds, 23.5 minutes played on the Balm Foods time clock. Hocking sends it towards forward 50, spoiled away by Edwards. Front of the pack numbers there, including Harris, who snaps the ball around his body. It rolls in towards the left forward pocket. Coburn can't keep it alive. Happy, though, to get a stoppage. And we'll get it thrown back into play again. It is going to be a stoppage fest this afternoon. Balm Foods time clock at almost 24 minutes. Sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road in North Geelong. Of course, it's chosen by all the best restaurants in Geelong. The boundary umpires have been kept busy, fair to say, in this opening quarter. Players just waiting for that to be hurled back into play, and it's going to be McCoy going against Wilkinson. McCoy front position, palmed it forward. Keelan Betson does the roving, but he's wrapped up. Liam Nash ensures he's going nowhere in this driving rain now And we'll get another stoppage just inside 50 for the Towners. So ball up. Wilkinson gets it down. O'Dwyer runs through the middle of the pack and loses the football on the tackle. The umpire says play on. He'll have to come in and do some work now. Some more work just inside 50 for Newtown. So another ball up. We'll see plenty of these this afternoon. Wilkinson gets it down and Betson over the top of it. He can't take it with him. And the umpire with a bit more work to do. So this is going to be the nature of the game, I think, at the moment. 25 played in this first term. McCoy gets it down. Side of the pack, Panisi kicked it off the ground, was okay too. Gets it in, Hocking gets it towards the top of the square. St Joey's worked their way back in the back pocket now, and they put some tackles on. And Louis Antonak gets up holding his hand. Kicked. He got kicked in the hand, and that wouldn't be a nice thing this afternoon. For Goddings, I've just had a look at the radar. Oh, Tom, put it away. It's disastrous. No, it's going to be putrid for a long time. Maybe we'll go in at half-time and join the 2015 boys.
I reckon both teams would be happy with 2 points right now.
Yeah, let's call it off. That's great. Ball back into play. Oh, that's McCoy just straight back towards the boundary line, and that'll roll out. We'll get another boundary throw in the left forward pocket. You can't be pinged for insufficient intent from a ruck contest, only if you put it back over on the full, and it will be adjudicated as that. Got a feel for the runners, got a feel for the medical staff, water boys who donate their time and find themselves getting drenched.
I wonder if the goal umpire from the reserves has taken his squidgy home.
Not sure. Here's a chance for Ned Harris. Through the pack, Nash heard a voice back to O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer, a snap around the body and touched on the line, getting a piece of it and knocking it through. Might have been Zach Knights and was it Cal Mitchell? Anyway, it's Luke Webb with the footy. It was Cal Mitchell. And Webb will run out of his defensive goal square and drive it to half-back. Newtown 5, Joey's 2 straight 12. Ball goes towards Ben Clark. He can't take it. Antonak, they got it to centre wing. They just try, straight into the swimming pool on centre wing. Coming the other way was Colville. Now the ball up. Nash is there for Newtown. Ball spills free or just thrown out by the Towners. They go towards half forward. Might be okay. Dotis got the handball back in. Might be okay towards forward fit. Coburn just out of the space of Harry Smith, and Harry Smith has taken the mark and will drive it outside. That's a good kick. Kershaw couldn't quite take the mark. Needs some help coming out. Antonak to help. Oh, he got ripped off the football. Kershaw to play on, and he'll run away now. Go with the right foot. Runs into James Hickey. He got a hand to it. Now Hannessy. And he is wrapped up on centre wing. Alex Dunn put that tackle on and we'll have a ball up.
Players can't even handle the ball at the moment. It's just falling out of their hands.
Soccer in a minute, I think, the way we're going. Ball in the ruck contest. McCoy got it down to the side. Coming in Henderson. And big pack around it again. The umpire let it go for as long as they could, and now they'll have to come and ball it up on centre wing in driving rain here. St Joey's 2 straight 12, Newtown 5 behinds. Probably as heavy as it's been this afternoon during the game. Tapped down by Wilkinson. Liam Nash has been busy. Tapped it up nicely. Chance here for the Towners to get away through Madola, but he couldn't. Loose footy ends up with Henderson. Henderson pumps it back towards forward 50. Spoil came from behind and brought to ground by McGlade. And it's going to get locked under a pack. Isn't no Mitch time and try to get a kick out. Had it smothered, so he'll have another go. Fires a handball out. Nash found it. He just fired a handball indiscriminately. Missed O'Dwyer. It's out of bounds. And another boundary thrown in front of the Alan Russell Pavilion that is hosting the 2015 senior and reserve grade winning premiership teams. We spoke a little bit earlier to coach and captain Heath Jamieson and Ben Capra. And we'll play that interview back for you via our online rewind. And Benny Capra touching on a very serious health battle that he's had in recent years. In the ruck contest, James Hickey, the back, McCoy's there as well. Fresh air shot. O'Dwyer. Now Newtown try and go back towards centre wing with the kick. Humphrey. He is over the top of it. Right in that swimming pool that Birchie was talking about on centre wing at the interchange. And the boys will get up and give the footy back to umpire Jones. And it will be a ball up.
Ran out of ink on the tackle count, Jace, at the moment.
So it's one of those days.
Might just let the one go at quarter time.
Stats thanks to Kerr's High. We'll keep an eye on others like inside 50s, etc. Clearance is probably another one that you'd run out of ink for. O'Dwyer, there's a clearance, a handball back. heard a voice, and Diamond will pump it to just forward of the wing, looking for Dodos or Foppiani. Dodos might have got a fist on that. Here's a chance for Colville. The late inclusion through traffic did okay. Handball back and a kick inside forward 50. Webb will lead the race to the footy. He'll get a little nudge off the footy coming from Madola, but he'll keep his feet in that right forward pocket and eventually see it out of bounds, and we'll get a boundary throw-in. So just in front of our best seats in the house, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Win a $1,000 fuel voucher only at APCO South Geelong and Warren Ponds. We'll have it hurled back into play. Dodos doing the ruck work, won the tap down. Here at the front of the pack was Harkness. Now Harry Smith just jams on the boot. He's kicked it straight to Cam Wilkinson, who takes it on his chest. We can't be far from quarter time. This is going to be too far out. De Grande stands the mark right on the 50.
He gives it away by hand as well, and the kick comes in by Oscar Murdoch as the siren sounds for quarter time. And it is St Joey's 2 straight 12. They lead Newtown 5 behinds at quarter time.
Time for us to take a break from here at Drew Oval as the rain continues to fall. We'll get down to both the huddles. Jane Birch is boundary side for us for Leopold Sporties this afternoon. Your complete family venue that opening term. Thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman. Back shortly. Thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Sunday afternoon football. Live, breathe, K-Rock footy.
K-Rock's Tim and Jess.
You know, they've got double-coated Tim Tams.
That's the best one.
Well, the other day, I saw a triple-coated one.
A triple-coated Tim Tam?
Triple-coated Tim Tam. They exist, my friend.
Stop it. Would that be a Tim or a Tim Tam?
I feel like a Tim Tam.
No, I reckon Tim Tam.
That's got to be better, right? Or maybe it's too much. I don't know. We'll find out.
I'll have to find out.
Yeah.
Thanks, Will. All right.
Drive home in 2025 with Tim and Jess on K-Rock 955. Your future, your hands. Study at the Gordon.
We love your projects. Your big paint projects, your little paint projects. We go nuts for kitchen painting projects. We get amped over bathrooms, and we high-five fist pump over your wallpapering the hall project. We love the smell of paint in the morning. We're Inspirations Paint Stores, and together with you, we can do amazing things. What's your next project?
Inspirations Paint, Grovedale, 138 Torquay Road.
At APCO, we know your time is precious. So download the APCO app to skip the queue and pay for your fuel from the comfort of your car. Love our Jaffles and award-winning coffee? Pre-order through the APCO app. No more waiting in line, just grab and go. Shop the way you want, when you want. Just search APCO app in your app store and start saving time today. APCO Cafe 24/7. We've got you.
Update your home with a new floor from Harvey Norman. Great deals on versatile hybrid flooring, including beautiful Australian timber, pine and oak designs from just $45 per square metre. Luxurious oak natural timber flooring from only $85 per square metre. Or family-friendly carpets. Soft, quiet and warm underfoot. Great value from just $17 per square metre. From measure and quote to expert installation in your home. Come on in and see the specialists at Harvey Norman. Your locally owned and operated Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds.
Metricon gives you freedom to get more of what you really want in a brand new home. More space, more light, and all at a price you can afford. Like the family favourite 4-bedroom Amira 20 with Kingston facade from $223,900. Yes, under 224 grand. But hurry, first 40 buyers only. Search Metricon Homes today. Conditions apply. Exclude site costs. Geelong Build Region. CDBU 52967.
All this footy making you peckish? Time for some Zambrero feel-good mix. Incredible burritos, bowls and nachos. Cooked slow and served fast. With only the freshest, most delicious ingredients. Plus, when you buy a regular or big burrito or bowl, Zambrero donates a meal to someone in need through the Plate for Plate initiative. Feel extra good about every bite. Grab your Zambrero now. Geelong West, Ocean Grove and Torquay. Or order online so you don't miss any of the action. Zambrero, feel good mix.
Have you had a car accident and needing it repaired now? With Sheen Panel Service, you don't need to wait, Geelong. We will pick up and drop off your car. We will provide an accident replacement vehicle. We will even pay up to $750 off your insurance excess. Sheen will also offer a lifetime guarantee on all repairs. Get your car fixed now and conveniently with Sheen Panel Service. T's and C's apply. Visit sheengroup.com.au or call 1300 249 755.
Thanks to our number one ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Quarter time here at Drew Reserve. It is Joey's
the Aquatic Centre, Jace.
2 straight 12. They lead Newtown 5 behinds at the first change. Goal kickers Oscar Morrison and Felix Henderson. They are worth their weight in gold this afternoon. The goals, only 2 of them. And up until that stage, Kirsch, they'd only had 2 inside 50s as well, and they'd kicked 2 goals. They'd done pretty well up until that stage.
100% efficiency, Jason.
Absolutely.
Like we said, a goal's worth double today. So they had 2, which is worth 4, and Newtown have 0. That's worth 0. So tough pickies out there, mate. None of us would want to be playing out in these conditions. And we have a look at the stats, and we've taken some different stats this week. I know Dowlow and I take similar stats each week about marks inside 50 and all those sorts of things. Well, it's not that kind of day today. It's about the head over the ball and your hard ball gets and your ground ball gets and your clearances today. But the stats we are taking, Jace, are inside 50s, the tackles, clearances and hit-outs. And we're going to have a lot of those today, as we mentioned in that broadcast. Inside 50s, in the end, Newtown doubled St Joseph's 14-7. So on a wet day, they're still getting their average, Newtown, of 14 inside 50s per quarter. So they're going pretty well, but they haven't been able to hit the scoreboard yet. So tackles, both teams obviously going to have high tackle numbers today. I expect both teams to have well over 100 today, and they're sitting on Newtown 25, St Joseph's 24. Hit-outs, we're going to get a lot of those as well. St Joseph's 16 and Newtown 9. And the clearances, we're going to get high clearances as well, but a lot of restart footy. St Joseph's 11 and Newtown just with their noses in front with 13, Chase. They're the stats brought to you by who? The stats?
Kerrs Hire, of course.
Kerrs Hire.
What I even asked. Great stats by Kerrs Hire. Quality equipment for hires and sales. Birchie, I'm not sure. Yep, you're right.
I've got CVJ here with me. You'd be really pleased with that first quarter. Obviously, it's going to be very contested, but you did well in that department and also plenty of inside 50s.
Yeah, I thought we dominated the territory early, and the inside 50s certainly in our favour. They kicked 2 nice goals going in their direction, but we had some really good opportunities, which I think, hopefully we can convert a few in this next quarter with a little bit of a breeze going in our favour.
Very hard to train for these conditions. Obviously, we haven't seen anything like this, for the last couple of seasons, but just those 1%ers and getting your head over the footy is the key, I suppose.
Yeah, I think our boys have been terrific around the contest, and the free kicks are probably in our favour now. That's because I felt our boys are going harder and lower so far, but got to continue to do it for the 4 quarters.
Thanks so much for your time. Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks, Birchie. Thanks to Stevie J there at quarter time as well. Coach of Newtown back to the middle here at Drew Reserve, and Gennaro Bove tried to get out from Newtown's perspective there, and it will be a secondary bounce in the middle. And Wilkinson and McCoy neither get a tap to it. Through the middle, Nash did well, blind turn and got the kick away as well. Goes towards Maddock, punched away by Betson. Ball still in dispute, goes towards the goal line and through for in fact, it goes back to Humphrey, who did take the ball and then tried to get it to Kershaw. He's under pressure in the back pocket. He needs some help. He got some from Al Hickey. He can't pick it up either. Ball comes backwards, off a step. Ned Harris, right foot kick, and kicks are behind. So they go to now 6 behind, so they kicked a goal. Well done, Newtown. St Joey's are 2 straight 12. And we will have a kick in from fullback. Second quarter action thanks to Sheen Panel Service. Gary Hocking gave them a massive rap earlier in the contest, or earlier in the broadcast. Get $7.50 off your excess with Sheen Group. Terms and conditions apply. 2 convenient locations at Ocean Grove and Drysdale. Luke Webb, as he's wont to do, runs out of his defensive goal square and then kick it straight down the throat of Liam Nash for the Towners, who marks at left half forward. Nash has brought his own Sharon this afternoon. The conditions are ideal. He goes wide. Ned Harris is his target. Good spoil by Kershaw. Chance here for Bove on hands and knees. Tried to knock it away. In fact, it was Morey in the long sleeves. Still in the right forward pocket for the Towners. Chance to kick around the corner from Harkness, but he's put that out of bounds on the full, and the free kick will go to St Joey's. How many goals wins this, Kirsch? Is it 5?
Yeah, 5, definitely. 5 or 6, I think, today. I mean, we've gone a quarter and only seen 2. I think we'll probably only see, 8 or 9 for the whole game between the 2 of them.
Is it fair to say Newtown have had the better of this contest?
100%. They're handling the conditions better. They're getting the ball forward. Like Stevie J just said, it's about territory on a day like today, and they're just getting the ball. And that kick forward, it keeps it in their half, and they just bit of time in forward half, and they'll get the opportunity eventually. The damn wall will break. They're playing the conditions more suitably than St Joseph's at the moment.
In the expert chair for the Sporting Globe, Eat, Drink, Sport, Rory Street, Geelong is Matty Kershaw. I think we're waiting for the ball to come back from the cemetery.
Yep, there it is.
And it is back, and it's in the waiting hands of Harry Smith deep down in the left back pocket at the northern end here at Drew Oval, and a rain-soaked Drew Oval.
And goes towards half-back with the kick. And Morrison couldn't take it for St Joey's. Now the kick out of mid-air. Goes back towards Nash, gets around, handball, missed the first target, which was Bruin. Diamond's handball on the up to Hocking, off a step, just pumps it long, inside 50 at the back. Webb, tap, punch it away, kick off the ground by Madola. Is that enough? The umpire says, I think it's through for a goal. And I think Jet Madola has kicked it, and he has. So a great start for Newtown and Chilwell in this second term. They kicked their first, Jet Madola has it. And it was a Braden Hocking kick inside 50, and they go to 1-6-12, and they get play back on terms. St Joey's 2 straight 12. Shane Panel Service K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, absolutely. And we spoke about the conditions, and there's one person that's really stood up in the conditions, and that's Liam Nash. He's the one who's sort of getting clean hands on the ball. He's either feeding back or kicking that ball forward, and he's, we talk about handling him, he certainly is handling them. I'd like to see James Gow and this sort of, seeing them two go head-to-head, it certainly would be a contest, wouldn't it, in these conditions?
James Gow sipping a Mai Tai beside a pool in Bali, from what I understand.
Not good enough, Gowie. Come on, you're better than that.
Listening to, I reckon, Gowie.
He would be.
So the ball in the hands of Katsaris, who pumps it long towards forward 50, front of the pack, Foppiani coming through. Harkness didn't get there in the end. Al Hickey's got it brought to ground, and he'll be looking forward to catching up with his 2015 Premiership teammates. When this is all said and done, he'll be looking forward to doing it with 4 points in his back pocket. Umpire waiting for the ruckman to nominate, and it's Morrison going against Dodos. Dodos fists it forward 15 metres. It's taken cleanly by Bove, who is brought to ground. It was Foppiani, and he's going nowhere, and we'll get a ball up. So this is about 25, make it 30 out from the Newtown goal, attacking the northern end, and scores are locked together at 12 apiece. Joey's 2 straight, Newtown 1-6 on the Sheen Panel Service scoreboard.
Dodos got it down in the ruck contest for Newtown. A couple of little soccer kicks. Antonak picked it up, tried to get through Maddock. He got the handball free. Comes back towards Luke Maddock as well. Big pack there. James Hickey on the bottom, as is Bove. And Betson Keelan. He can't pick it up. Bove can now. Ball still in dispute. Real rugby scrum stuff, and the umpire will come in and ball it up. About 50 out from the Newtown goal.
Each game, we always sort of like to see what part of the game opens up, Jace. That ain't going to happen today.
No.
There'll be no opening up today.
No. Rain threatening to stop, but possibly not, as we get another stoppage. And this is going to be the want of the afternoon for this game of football. Stoppage after stoppage. There won't be much clear, free-flowing play. Sock it off the ground. It might have been Nash, but Joey's will try and look to clear. Sock it off the ground by Antonak. Ball will roll towards right half-back. Hands and knees. He's done. He's taken by Edwards. Ball does come out. Comes out the back of the pack. It's socket off the ground by Diamond. Diamond buys about 25 metres. Will they get him for insufficient intent? They will.
Not today.
He's trying to buy territory.
Not today.
Yeah, exactly right. That's why they've got so many looks at it, Newtown, because they're actually getting forward territory.
And Luke Webb with the resultant free kick in front of a good-sized crowd taking shelter under the Alan Russell Pavilion.
Goes towards centre wing, standing there and just taking the mark easily is Katsaurus. He's had a good day this afternoon, Felix. Goes long with the kick towards centre half forward. Mark taken. The only person that actually kept his eye on it was Panisi, and he took the mark. 55 from goal, Ben Panisi. Wants to go short. It's a good kick too to Liam Nash, and that big chest of his just came out and took that yellow footy. And Liam Nash will shoot for goal from 40 out.
Liam Nash is
he handballs it away quickly, and he got it away for a goal. And it was as easy as that. He just handballed it away. And running past was Logan Morey, and he kicks the goal. So they weren't expecting that. He was on his left and did it nicely. Kicked it from 40. No troubles, and they take the lead. 2-6-18 now, Newtown St Joey's 2 straight 12. Sheen Panel Service K-Rock for second quarter scoreboard.
Yep. 6 to zip inside forward 50s. All the clearances going their way, all the hit-outs going their way, all the tackles going their way. So we spoke about it before, about the conditions and handling it. We're going to mention it quite a few times today because it's what we've dealt with. But they're just handling it so much better and cleaner and getting their ball. And look, we've just seen 2 marks there that, we haven't seen double chains throughout the whole day. So they're handling it very well, Newtown.
Back in the middle, Joey's have been dominated probably for the last 15 minutes either side of quarter time. We'll get a repeat stoppage in the middle. Wilkinson going against McCoy. Kershaw with his head over the foot, he couldn't take it. Handball flicked out of there with smart play. Panisi gave it off to Katsaris. Katsaris kicks towards left half forward. Foppiani with the one hand couldn't reel it in. He's going to find the ball at ground level. It's a shank off the boot though, and he's pulled it to the left and just snuck it through for a behind on the bounce. Andy point, and the margin is 7. 2-7-19. Newtown and Chilwell wearing the Newtown navy blue and white strip. St Joseph's 2 straight 12 as we approach 8 minutes gone on the Bowen Foods second quarter time clock. Bowen Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road, North Geelong.
So Luke Webb from fullback for St Joey's. Drives as long as he can towards half back. And offhands Boves. Handball over the head of Chafer. Hose on hands and knees. Comes back. Oh, coming through the middle was Chafer. He put a big tackle on as well. There's a Newtown player down behind as well, so we'll keep an eye on that, Birchie, for St John of God as the ball trickles out over the boundary line.
Benny Panisi,
yeah, it is too, and he's a bit sore. Chafer came in at pace, and oh, look at that fire down there. That looks amazing. Boundary throw-in on centre wing in front of the Alan Russell Pavilion.
Brain has eased slightly for the moment. We'll get to Birchie for Goddings in a moment now. That might be a free kick for below the knees. That's a bit stiff on Willow Dwyer. He's playing the footy, but he's given away the free kick to Kershaw, who went flying over the top of him, and he wins it at right half back. He'll just go short with the kick to James Hickey. He had to take it on the half volley, so he turns and kicks quickly. This might open play up a bit. DeGrandy came at the footy but couldn't complete the mark. Chance to go off the ground. Murdoch had a fresh air. He left it behind. Betson, Keelan barging his way through but going nowhere as Bove and Wilkinson hold him up, and we'll get a ball up just forward of the wing. Jason Boris, Pixel Sports Media, braving the elements down boundary side. He's taking shelter under our warning.
Sending the invoice
and firing away as we get a repeat stoppage. True centre wing. This ground is chopped up like you would not believe. Ball in the air. It's Betson. He might have been held, Liam, without the footy. Umpire said play on. Chance for O'Dwyer to go off the ground, and that's what he does. But into the waiting arms of Edwards. He's almost playing like a spare behind the footy. Hose had a little bit of fumbling opportunity in time. Had to come again. Keelan Betson was in there trying to barge his way through and throw his boot onto the ball as Ned Harris didn't. It's kicked out of there for St Joey's, but there's plenty of Newtown numbers there, though. DeGrandy's little tap was deft to Knights, but who, as soon as he took the foot, he was dragged down by O'Dwyer, and the ball spilled out of that tackle. O'Dwyer comes again to dive on the ball, and we'll get a stoppage at the edge of the centre square. Dwyer and Bove both there. 19 plays 12, and she's going to be your old-fashioned arm wrestle all afternoon.
So ball up, Wilkinson, James Hickey. Got a bit of a clearing kick out. And Hennessy leads in the race to the footy. Falls over straight away. Mitchie right next to him. Diamond got it back. Morey. He can't pick it up. Little toe poke back was okay. Hargraves falls towards Nash. A little bit of soccer stuff there too. Tottenham Hotspur style. He gets it out wide. Now back towards Kershaw. Right in the pool. He slips and slides. And good luck watching that tonight, Haley. Ball comes back. Hose. Now cross centre half forward for Newtown. Oh, that was dragged in too. Be careful. And the umpire will come in and ball it up.
Eased off a little bit, Birchie, for Goddings.
Yeah, it certainly has. The sound on the brolly and the big puddle here, the raindrops, the impact they're making is my gauge. It is certainly eased off.
From the ball up, it's allowed to hit the ground, and then they converge on the footy. Liam Nash is telling players just to spread from the contest, a little bit of separation so they've got some room to move. The veteran making sure that he's influencing the contest, not just with footy in hand. Keelan Betson went to kick, got pulled off it. Kick of Ned Harris was smothered. Went back towards Keelan Betson, who lost it in the tackle of Bove. Hoses there. He got a handball away. Kershaw flicked it up, tried to get it back towards Ben Clark. And in the end, we'll get another stoppage. About 35, make it 40 out from the Newtown goal. 2-7-19, 2 straight 12. Margin is 7 to the advantage of the visitors. in this second term. Thanks to Sheen Panel Service, get $7.50 off your excess with Sheen Group. Terms and conditions apply.
Liam Betson got it down. Ned Harris roved it. Somehow handballed it to Liam Nash. Runs through the pool with Ben Clark. Oh, Betson got the handball away. Falls to James Hickey. Gets around 2. Got the handball on the up to Clark. His kick was a no. Didn't go anywhere. Now off a step, Murdoch to the top of the square. Diving mark, is it? Umpire says yes. And the St Joey's defenders can't believe it. I think it's Coburn who's taken the diving mark. And he has to wring his jumper out as he gets up. There was plenty of water in that. And Jed Coburn will shoot for goal from 20 outside angle.
It's just the little things, you know, like the little kicks from St Joseph's are going 5 to 10 metres, whereas Newtown's kicks are actually getting some distance, 20, 25 metres, 30 metres like that one. So they're getting a little bit more distance with their kicks, and St Joseph's aren't progressing the ball up the ground.
Coburn now, northern end of the ground, 30 out, right foot kick, and has missed it to the far side and through for 1 behind. His second behind of the afternoon. 2-8-20 now Newtown. St Joey's 2 straight 12. Sheen Panel Service K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
Normally we'd sort of say on a Saturday afternoon, Jace, that was a pretty ordinary effort for goal, but
you're okay today.
That's okay, mate.
But it's a Sunday and it's absolutely peeing down with rain.
You've got some excuses today, boys.
Mitchell runs into the right back pocket, wants to bring it broadcast side. Ben Clark or DeGrande his target. Neither can get at it. Clark will find the footy, but not before it rolls out of bounds. And we'll get a boundary throw in front of the Russell Pavilion. The 2015 reserve and senior grade premierships just fluttering with a little bit of a hint of a southerly. So Newtown may be kicking with a slight advantage in this second quarter of action from Drew Oval. Liam Betson doing the ruck work. Hose had his kick smothered, tried to go again, scooped out of the pack. There's numbers there for Joey's, although the handball of Zach Knights was a little bit errant. Harry Smith did okay, and then he just jammed it on the boot for territory and insufficient intent. As soon as the umpire picks up speed, we know what he's paying.
They weren't paying him, though, before K-Rock got involved.
Katsaris to the top of the square off the hands of Maddox. Soccer off the ground, and I reckon it's been soccered through by Madola. Or was it, in fact, Harkness? That was Harkness. Yep. The Joey's player overran the footy, who I think tried to go off the ground himself to concede a behind. And Harkness, trailing behind, said, thanks very much, I'll just toe poke it through. Was sort of as his beach sort of style. Actually, that was a little bit better than that, as his beach. 3-8-16 Newtown Chilwell. St Joseph 2 straight 12, 14.5 minutes played second quarter thanks to Sheen Panel Service. This is a 14-point buffer on a horrible day for football, Kirch. They are in the box seat here, the Towners.
Absolutely. We talk, what have we gone? 15 minutes nearly gone in this quarter, and it's been 100% time in forward half for Newtown. It's 10 to zip inside forward 50s, Kingy. So they're getting every opportunity to hit the scoreboard. Whilst it's hard, they're actually giving themselves an opportunity to hit the scoreboard, and they have.
Liam Nash has brought his own footy today, gets it towards Willow Dwyer, breaks a tackle, got a kick away across half forward. Hand to it was Henderson. Antonak to come across and help out. Ball, Chafer's in the middle as well now. He got it up. Ball back towards Chafer. Off a step. Goes to the left foot kick towards centre wing. Hocking from behind. Double fister. Mick Schilt style. Gets it on the up towards Kapala. His right foot kick. Oh, came off the chest of Hose. Now O'Dwyer over the top of it as well. Pack develops around those two. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. Centre half forward for Newtown.
It's just little things like that. Hose drops like the chest mark coming to him, whereas Newtown are marking that inside forward 50. They're giving themselves chances.
Tapped down by Wilkinson. Head over the footy, trying to barge his way through. It was Harkness, but Newtown will go inside forward 50. A ball that is proving very hard to pick up. Players sliding everywhere. Harris lays a tackle. Hose was in there as well. The youngster from Bannockburn, and we'll get another stoppage. 3-8-26, 2 straight 12, 16 minutes played on the Barn Foods second quarter time clock, and it's proving tough going for everybody here this afternoon.
Betson gets it down, goes towards DeGrande. Murdoch's got a hand on it as well for Newtown. Still at centre half forward for the Towners, and the umpire will come in, ball it up. They're going to get some RSI today from throwing the ball in the air, the umpires. He's going to do it again, umpire Jones. Betson and Wilkinson. O'Dwyer through the middle. He threw the handball out. Knights off, kick off the ground. Hennessy must have just been 15. Get tape measure out for John Oates.
Near it.
And let's
It's a
just
new
get
rule
the ball
7,
out.
is it?
He's got 6 on his back. Maybe that's what it was.
That's it, exactly.
Hennessy now towards Morrison at half forward. Hocking got a hand to it, and then kick off the ground by Hunter Lewis. That cannot be.
No.
Gee whiz.
Mitch Diamond was being, I would say, Mitch, that was very, very unrealistic, that appeal.
A boundary throw in. 55 around from the St Joey's goal. Nice to have the ball down this end of the ground.
For the first time this quarter,
anyway.
Yep.
15 minutes, 17 minutes. Boundary throw in for Wilkinson and Betson. And Nash and Al Hickey. That's a great contest at the moment. Oh, trying to back heel it there. Betson goes off the ground now, close to the boundary line. Ben Clark sees Dodos and the footy over, and we'll have a boundary throw in at half forward for St Joey's. They're 2 straight 12. They trail Newtown 3-8-26. 7.5 played on the Barwon Foods second quarter time clock.
Tried the Renee Hagita sort of scorpion kick.
Hagita.
Ball back into play. Tapped down Foppiani doing the ruck work. Dragged to ground was Lewis. Ball's going to spill. Antonak with a torp. Long ball. Morrison, his target, slipped through his fingers. Hocking concedes a behind from the top of his goal square. He flushed that through to the back of the old onion bag. And Joey's first score in the minor department comes 18 minutes into the second term, 2-1-13. Now the home team, the visitors, from across Autumn Street, 3-8-26. 13 the margin, second quarter action for Sheen Panel Service.
Hocking plays on from full back, kicks it well outside 50, punched on by Maddock. Good play too. Webb at the back. Has to be good here because there's a number of Newtown players there. Foppiani was one, just created a bit of a path. Ball still in dispute. It's on centre wing though now, and the umpire just lets it go. Foppiani breaks one tackle. That's holding the ball. Unfortunately for Connor, he got out of one, couldn't get out of the second, and he gets thrown off the ball by Keelan Betson. Get out of the way, says Keelan. And on centre wing, he will take the free kick.
He was the only one really trying to get
He was.
in his defence.
You get stitched for trying to actually make the play. Betson goes towards the boundary line. Kershaw can't take the mark. Oh, Matt hasn't taught him that well. Gee, that was terrible. No, I'm joking. Bit wet. Bit wet.
He didn't get a mitt to it.
No, he didn't really. It nearly got falconed, actually, Cal Mitchell style. Boundary throw in at half forward for the St Joey's.
The umpires are like drowned rats.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to keep warm. Chris Jones is standing in front of us, one of the boundary umpires as well, and they are just absolutely copping it.
Just think of the cash. Just think of the money. You'll be fine. It's okay. You'll be able to buy something nice, like a scarf or something.
Not worth it.
Not worth it. I love it.
Ball into the air. Socket off the ground by Lewis. Antonak, a handball. Kershaw tried to get it to Hose, but Nash got in the way, and then he socketed off the ground, bought about 20 metres for his team. Dodos was clean. Back to Nash, had it knocked from his grasp by Clark. Clark came again and found the footy. Nash knocked it away from him. Ball bobbling around at the 50. Humphrey was clean. Little give wasn't ideal to Edwards. He was under pressure. Just dropped it as soon as he was tackled. Ben Clark had to come again. He gave a handball, and sliding into the fence is Cal Mitchell. He's okay. And we will get a ball up left forward pocket. Newtown in attack. 3-8-26. So it was short-lived the time the ball spent at the southern end of the ground. It's now back up near the cemetery.
So a throw in at left half forward for Newtown. McCoy got it down for St Joey's. Falls in the arms of Nash. Gets a quick kick towards the behind post. Luke Webb punches it over the boundary line. So a good result for the Towners, because they're in attack in the left forward pocket, and they're going to have an opportunity from a boundary throw-in to add to their tally. Throw-in now for McCoy. He punches it back towards the boundary. Cal Mitchell back to Webb. Oh, he's kicked dangerous. Comes back towards Mitch Diamond on the left. Dangerous one from a Mitch, a left footer. He goes up the chimney, close to the boundary line. Oh, everybody's sliding around. It's in the forward pocket for Newtown at the northern end of the ground. Ball still in dispute. And Keelan Betson puts the tackle on in the end, and we are going to have a ball up in between the goal post and the behind post at the northern end of the ground. So, still trying to take it out of the ruck contest was Maddock. Webb's kick was smothered. McCoy's little handball. Hose, dangerous kick. Mitch Diamond at the back, can't quite take the mark. Kick off the ground. St Joey's out of trouble for the moment. And they tried to kick it off the ground again. Hennessy, oh wow, sliding everywhere. Kick off the ground by Morey. Only as far as Antonak. Got it to Henderson. His left foot kick into the pool. Right in the middle. Through the middle, Chafer. Little toe pug again to Grandy. Toe pugs. They got it to centre half forward now. St Joey's, they haven't really picked up the footy yet. That's the way to do it. Pack develops. And St Joey's trying to keep it in there. there. Henderson wrapped up, not going anywhere. And Alex Dunn put the tackle on there. And it's 3-8-26. Melbourne Storm, they lead Canterbury 2-1-13.
Oh, that was unbelievable. It travelled 1 metre at a time.
Tapped down by Foppiani in the ruck, but Joey's going to go inside forward 50. Morrison tried to work, hocking off the footy. Diamond took the footy, lost it. That was tackle. That's holding the ball.
Yeah,
he actually basically got picked up, and lucky not to be dumped. It was a good tackle laid by Oscar Morrison, and the man who kicked the first goal of the contest inside the opening minute has a chance to kick his second and pull the margin back to 7 points as we go 22 minutes into the second quarter. So even the boundary umpires are avoiding this massive puddle that is just in front of us here. They're actually taking a detour around it.
You would. This is a big kick, as in distance-wise with the heavy ball. We've been using this ball since the start of the game.
We are playing with the yellow plum this afternoon. Oscar Morrison will kick from about 40. He got good purchase, but he won't have the carry, and it's off hands and through for a rush behind. The old long point, I don't think Heath Jamieson would have been happy with that inside the function right now. He was always an advocate of about 15 to 20 out to give yourself a chance for not to be spoiled through. Absolutely. For a behind.
Yeah, like that ball, the heaviness, I guess Oscar now knows that, probably that range is too far. So probably within 35, you give yourself a decent chance, but beyond that,
3-8-26, 2-2-14. The margin is 12 as we've ticked over 23 minutes on the Barwon Foods second quarter time clock. Still waiting for the ball.
Yeah, Braden Hawkins had to go and get it because nobody's getting out of their car to give it to him. Smart.
Second quarter thanks to Sheen Panel Service. Get $750 off your excess with Sheen Group. Terms and conditions apply. So we are still waiting for that ball.
I think it's under a car
to make its way back. So we just got a slight delay in proceedings for the moment. Geelong 10-12-72 defeated Gold Coast 11-3-69 to snap a 6-game losing streak in the VFL and improve to 4-6 as the second half of their season starts.
So Braden Hockey's got the footy back from the car park. Wants to play on. Got plenty of space to play on as well and come. Broadcast side goes as long as he can towards centre wing. Big pack there.
Oh, it's hit him in the face.
Front. Oh, it's falconed. Oh, wow, ball from the middle though. Foppiani got the clearing kick towards centre wing. It's a foot race now. Close to the boundary line at half forward. That's a good tackle from Harry Smith, who runs into the Gold Diggers Arms Hotel sign as well. And it probably stopped him from running into the Alan Russell Pavilion. And we're going to have a boundary throw in at left half forward for Newtown.
Couple of Falcons today. I should have been taking a score on that.
Falcons. Boundary throw in. Falls past McCoy. Wilkinson on hands and knees. Pitson tried to get the hands free. And that's holding the ball because he did get the hands free and then dropped the footy. So free kick coming back. Bove's going to take it for Newtown at left half forward.
As we approach 24.5 minutes played, Gennaro Bove, umpire calls time back on and then sends it to about 20 out from goal. Colville went through his hands. Nash is there as he has been all afternoon. He's been omnipresent. He found the footy, but his kick smothered, touched off the boot, and that will deflect through for a minor score to Liam Nash, who right now is winning the Steamatic Standout, the Leopold Sporties Player of the Day, and probably has 3 Matheson medal votes already locked up. He has been unbelievably important this afternoon. 3-9-27. A mathematician's delight plays Archbishop Desmond 2-2-14.
So Webb kicks it in. Oh, there he is again. Liam Nash takes the mark, 55 from goal, pumps it back into the pocket and has kicked it close to the boundary line and out of bounds for a throw in the right forward pocket for Newtown.
There have been a lot of players lying in bed last night, hearing the rain hit the roof, being a bit disappointed that the game's going to be quite shite tomorrow, but not Liam Nash. Hey, he was snug in bed, woke up licking his lips.
Send her down, Huey.
That's it. Boundary throw in.
Correct.
McCoy gets it down. Ball, wow. Doesn't go anywhere from the ruck contest. Just falls into the pool and nobody can pick it up. And the umpire's going to come in and ball it up about 35 out from the Newtown goal.
How do you think Eastern Reserve's going to be right now if it's copping this rain ahead of the GDFL, CDFL clash tomorrow? Quick kick out of the pack by Harkness has gone out of bounds on the full in the right forward pocket. Thankfully there too, no turf wicket. How would Burdu Reserve or Voodoo be right now?
Imagine what South Barton McDonald Reserve is.
Oh, yes, nice. Buzz will want to bowl first on that.
A little bit sticky.
3-9-27, 2-2-14. Newtown lead by 13 points. Kicked 3 goals in this second term of action. Joey's haven't kicked a goal since an 11-minute mark of the first quarter. Felix Henderson actually gave them a 10-point lead at that point. They were handling the conditions more efficiently as we get another delay.
Your wife parked up there. Can she not get the footy?
She is sitting there with the headlights on.
Haley.
Right in our eyes.
Yeah. Hope the battery doesn't go flat.
Webb in the left-back pocket.
She's giving us a wave too.
Well done. Thank you. A much better Kershaw.
Sends it long towards half-back. Nash is there again. He's been paid the most. It's a Hamlin hanger from Liam Nash. Had bodies all around him, and he was able to hang on to a footy coming in like a bullet. And Liam Nash just continues to stamp his authority on this contest. He sends it back inside forward 50. Luke Webb is there. He can't mark for St Joey's. Ball hits the deck. It's bobbling around in the right forward pocket. Comes off the boot, maybe over there of Edwards. Was it Ben Clark? But now Henderson bangs it on the boot to half-back. Hannessy flew, but couldn't take the mark. Hands and knees was McGlade. It's out of the pack, out the front of the pack, but it's going to be taken by Diamond. He'll go. He went to hack it as far as he could, and all he managed to do was put it straight up the shot tower. Cam Wilkinson flew for it near the boundary line. It's off hands and out of bounds. And this is one that, if they had name a game still, you wouldn't be ordering. 27 plays 14 in this second quarter, thanks to Sheen Panel Service.
If you're recording it, you just delete it straight away. It's
just move on, shall we?
Yeah, move on. Boundary throw in. Wilkinson, big thump down, but rode by Henderson towards the pool in the middle. Falls at carry at the back, kick off the ground. Hunter Lewis goes to the pool at centre half forward. Coming back was Diamond. He gets a left foot kick to the middle. Betson goes up. Takes the mark. Hamlin hanger. Keelan Betson in the middle because it's actually a mark. He plays on quickly, then goes towards centre half forward. Edwards behind this guy. Murdoch dropped the footy. Harry Smith, short little kick was smothered. Getting up Dotis. He got the kick back towards centre wing. Betson. Liam goes with a right foot kick towards Braden Hocking. That's LB. Got him in the top of the kneecap. He goes back. Chafer. Dangerous. Left foot kick might be okay. Lewis takes the mark. 25 from goal. And he will shoot nearly just on the left-hand side of centre.
Saw Uncle Sean here a little bit earlier.
Uncle Sean.
Son?
He loved a day like this, Sean.
Son plays in the 18s here.
Yes.
Is Sean still playing Super Rules?
I would say he still looks in good nick, Sean. Suggest he could probably still play seniors at Belpost Hill.
They're actually going all right, Belpost Hill.
Hunter Lewis, 25 out for the third goal for St Joey's. Keeps it low and kicks it straight away. He told us all about it as well, Hunter. And he puts the goal on the board. So they go to 3-2-20 now, St Joey's. They cut the margin. Newtown 3-9-27. Sheen Panel Service. K-Rock second quarter scoreboard. Get $750 off your excess with Sheen Group. T's and C's apply.
Their first repeat entry inside forward 50, I think, for a long time, since early in that first quarter. So that's the key. Like, Newtown have been able to do it, hold time in forward half and time in forward possession, whereas St Joseph's haven't. So they've got to get repeat entries, give themselves some shots on goals, give themselves an opportunity. And that was the first time I think Hunter's got a chance to be one-on-one as well. So a little bit better play going forward there by St Joseph's.
McCoy wins the tap down. Antonak does the roving. He was held on to maybe without the footy by Nash. Umpire said play on. Little handball on the up was good from Ned Harrison. They'll go forward thanks to Katsaris. No mark inside forward 50, and the clearing kick comes from Humphrey. Ball at half back. Zach Knights to the wing, a bouncing ball, and unfortunately falling over was Caleb Foster. He couldn't take it cleanly. And Newtown will go inside forward 50. Colville, the late inclusion for Finn Laffey, turns and kicks around his body. And there'll be a couple of sockers off the ground. Foppiani, one of those, and the other coming from Luke Maddock, but now it's out of bounds in the left forward pocket, and we'll get a boundary throw in at the northern end of the ground. 30.5 minutes played. We'll have a longer quarter, a couple of delays in waiting to get the ball back from over the fence. Joey's 3-2-20. The Towners are 3-9-27.
So a throw in, Newtown, Dotis. Betson got it down. Top of the 10-metre square. And rugby scrum. Umpire says, I'm going to ball it up. So Newtown with an opportunity here. Liam Betson against Dotis. Dotis gets it down. And Nash tried to kick it off the ground. And a little toe poke by Webb. Only gained 3 metres. Back of the pack. Oh, that's high. That should have been a free kick. Umpire didn't see it. And that was to Jesse Colville, who went down and picked up the footy for Newtown. So we're going again. Nash over the top of it. He tries to pick it up, cake of soap. Oh, Betson through the middle, did well. Play on, said the umpire. Must have been touched off the boot, Morey. Gets wrapped up by Zach Knights, and it will be a ball up 45 out from the Newtown goal.
He's got a nickname for a surname, Logan Morey. It's just like somebody were calling the Moore families Morey, and it just stuck.
Morey, good.
Ball up. Talking about Moores, happy birthday to Chris, who turns 47 today, the coach of Inverleigh.
Oh, straight to the Hotham after this then for Kingy. Beautiful.
Not on a Sunday.
Day off tomorrow. Day off tomorrow.
No, and closed on Mondays. Hence here to clear. Betson lays a good tackle.
All right, I've had enough. Ring the siren, please.
So let's just
Come on.
restart after
Let's
the half.
reset
Get
with
the
it.
big
With a new
squidgy
footy.
out.
A new footy, get the squidgy out. That's right, new footy.
Pay some kids to squidgy the ground.
Time for a tradie jaffle as Liam Betson grabs it out of the ruck and kicks to the wing. Mitch Diamond's there. Had it spoiled away by Foster. Diamond came to find the loose footy, tried to barge his way through. DeGrande laid a good tackle. Ball spilled out. Diamond wanted a free kick. Here he goes again. Well, first you don't succeed, try again. But then in the end, Diamond lost it and then had to go and lay a tackle. A pretty good one too. As he drags Betson to the ground. Which Betson is that he's dragged to the ground? It's Keelan, and that's no mean feat. And we'll get another stoppage. Just forward to the wing, out of side. Newtown in attack and leading by 7.
Wilkinson got a hand to it through the middle. Harris gets it to half forward for Newtown. Ball straight to the pool again. Keelan Betson. He goes in for a swim. Tries to get it out. They get it through Zach Knights, who goes wide. Wilkinson coming across Foster, put the tackle on as well. Close to the boundary line. The kick was smothered by Chafer. Still in dispute too on centre wing. But it will now be out of bounds. And we will have a boundary throw in. 33 minutes played in this second term. Sadistic in the timekeeper's box. 3-2-20 St Joey's. Newtown 3-9-27. It's a public holiday tomorrow. Some of us have got to do some other things. Ball from the side of the pack. Ruck contest. Ball still in dispute. Hargraves was there. Wilkinson. He tried to get the footy away from Knights. Couldn't do so. Knights put the tackle on. And it will be another ball up.
My understanding is you've got your finger on the pulse tomorrow.
Oh, that's very nice, King. Very nice.
From the ball up.
On loan.
You are on loan. It'll be a grubby day for you, though, down there at Winchelsea. That is half-time.
Yeah.
We've been put out of our misery.
Yes.
So we will get...
I'll see you, Kirsch.
A half-time break as Matty Kershaw disappears. Go and get us a sausage from the barbecues, please, Matthew. 3-2-20 St Joseph, 3-9-27 Newtown Chilwell. And Birchie is going to tempt fate. What shoes have you got on this afternoon, Birchie? Something anti-slip, I would hope.
I've been waiting for you to ask me that. I've got some little short gum boots on. Yeah.
It's well done,
No
Birchie.
white sketches today.
Got the galoshes
Goodness.
on.
Yep. I didn't care about the look. It is all function
All right.
today.
You've got to go and get somebody quick.
I
But
will.
You might have to go and... You actually might have to tick the legs over a bit here, Birchie.
Oh.
Somebody will come at you.
No, I've got Mitchy Diamond in my sights.
Yeah, nice.
All right.
Here he is. Hang on.
He's been down Media Street this week, of course, on the Beyond the Boundary podcast.
Loves it.
During the week. And Birchie, as we get halftime underway, thanks to Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate halftime beer made in Geelong and being served here at Drew Oval. And Birchie, you've got Mitch Diamond, a rain-soaked Mitch Diamond standing alongside you.
I do. Well, Mitchy, very challenging conditions today, but there's a couple of you who are really relishing these conditions, and that role of you in the back line there seems to really suit.
I think we're just got to play that territory game, and it is just about getting it forward and getting that territory and then setting up behind it and keeping it in our area. So it's we had the bit of a breeze then, and we just got to fight them off this quarter and hopefully do the same in the last quarter.
And a pretty different looking Newtown team this year, but it seems that they're up for the contest. There's plenty of enthusiasm and intensity around the ball, and on a day like today, that's crucial.
Yeah, young and hungry, it's good. It's really exciting, and hopefully keep it up. Yeah.
And Stevie J, how are you enjoying him being your coach and the sort of things that he's imparting on the group?
Yeah, he's just the work rate with him, and all he expects from us is to keep improving and be competitive and just really work hard every week. So as long as we do that, it's improvement, and that's all we can ask of each other.
Good luck for the second half. We're looking forward to it.
As Mitch Diamond makes his way from the ground, we'll go to half-time here at Drew Oval with a 7-point lead for the visitors, Newtown and Chilwell, looking for a rare win over their Autumn Street rivals. You've got to go back to before COVID for the last time the Towners took the 4 points off St Joseph's. We'll take a break. Back shortly.
Top of the square for St Joey's. Pendlebury goes up. He can't take the mark off hands. Good. Edwards slide the handball out to Hose. He put the ball around the corner and has kicked the goal. James Hose with the goal of the day. He walked around on his right foot amongst a myriad of players and kicked the goal.
Team, Tom, Lee and Lockie on K-Rock 955. Visit one of Mimosa Homes' 50 displays across Melbourne and Geelong.
Have you had a car accident and needing it repaired now? With Sheen Panel Service, you don't need to wait, Geelong. We will pick up and drop off your car. We will provide an accident replacement vehicle. We will even pay up to $750 off your insurance excess. Sheen will also offer a lifetime guarantee on all repairs. Get your car fixed now and conveniently with Sheen Panel Service. T's and C's apply. Visit sheengroup.com.au or call 1300 249 755.
Since a bloke named Bill started cutting timber in a mill back in 1980, Barwon Timber's been the builder's best mate ever since. Whether you're stick framing or need prefab frames and trusses, Barwon Timber's got what you need for every building stage. Geelong owned and operated with trade quality products in stock, ready to go. Barwon Timber, Fellmongers Road, Breakwater. The team that builders just keep coming back for.
I'm going down to Barwon Timber.
Time to take a look at the stats for the game so far. Thanks to Kerrs Hire, we have Bruce.
Oh, yes. Well, we've got some exciting weekends ahead, that's for sure. They've got the range, the quality, a strong team. In fact, did you know they've clocked up over 40 years in Geelong?
The Cats. They've been around a bit more than that, Bruce.
Oh, no. Kerrs Hire.
What about the stats for the game?
Well, statistically, I shouldn't even be here. I've got a patio to pay.
Kerrs Hire, North Geelong, Grovedale and Ocean Grove. KersHire.com.au.
Get a good night's sleep with Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. Quality mattresses by Tempur, Sealy Posturepedic, Sleepmaker and King Coil by A.H. Beard with major savings. Queen size from a low $499. Adjustable bed bases, bed frames, kids' bedroom furniture, bunk beds and storage pieces. Customisable Australian-made bedroom furniture to suit your space and style. Luxurious pillows, quilt covers, sheet sets and more. Get behind the Cats this season with your locally owned and operated Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds.
Here's another powerful reason to choose Tyre Power. At Tyre Power, you deal with owners who are proudly independent. We're not just tyre experts. Tyres are our life and livelihood. And because many Tyre Power owners are part of your local community, you can trust our family to look after yours. Visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local independent owner.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Half-time at Drew Oval, absolutely rain-soaked Drew Oval. There are puddles everywhere on this ground as we have had the best part of 40 mils of rainfall over the Geelong region in the previous 24 to 30 hours, especially overnight. There was an inch of rain alone yesterday, 25 mil for those who deal in the metric, and it is having a real impact on this clash. It's half-time thanks to Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate half-time beer made in Geelong. Kirsch is just keeping an eye on the stats for Kerrs Hire. 3 locations, Grovedale, North Geelong and Ocean Grove. What are some of the numbers you've been tracking, Kirsch, and what have you taken away from this first half?
Well, the numbers we're looking at are the inside 50 count, which is quite interesting, really, on a day like today. Newtown, again, went inside another 14 times that quarter. They've got themselves 28 inside forward 50s. That's 12 scoring shots from their 28, which is pretty good on a day like today, to be honest. They're going, I don't even know what that percentage would be, but it's not too bad at all when they go inside forward 50. St Joseph's only had the 13 inside forward 50s for the game, so they've got themselves 5 scoring shots from their 13. Tackle count, we know it's going to be high today. Newtown are already on 59, if you don't mind already. They're +2 up on St Joseph's, who are 57. Hit-outs, we're going to have a lot of those as well. St Joseph's 39, Newtown 29, +10. But this is where the game's being won at the moment. Newtown 30 in clearances, St Joseph's 20, so they're +10 around the ball. A lot of those have been converted into forward 50 entries, so that's where they're most dangerous at the moment, Newtown. And look, it's an area that we said at the start, who's going to handle the conditions better and who's going to be cleaner with ball. And it's not necessarily cleaner with ball in hand. It's just what you do with ball in hand. And at the moment, they're getting a lot of yardage with their disposals and their clearances are going inside forward 50 with ease. So it's an area that St Joseph's going to have to clean themselves up on and get themselves a little bit more meterage and gain some more inside forward 50s, because at the moment 13 for a half is probably not going to win you a game if you're only going to go in the back half with 13 as well. So they're going to have to lift their work rate around the stoppages, and that's where it needs to be won at the moment, and getting the ball forward. We see a couple of times there where they're trying to go off the ground and try and get meterage that way. Well, that's not working. They're going to have to pick the ball up, kick it in the air, because the ground's got puddles all over it, and we see that players are overrunning it or they're only gaining a couple of metres at a time. So look, it's tough conditions, but Newtown handling it a lot better at the moment, and hence they've got themselves a 7-point lead with 7 more scoring shots and a lot more inside forward 50s at the moment.
Thank you. Local media outlet is reporting that North Shore considered joining the GD FNL. I'm sure that's been discussed on Beyond the Boundary, Jason.
Oh, well and truly. That's we put,
over a month ago.
We put that to bed a long time ago. Yeah, that's well, that would be something that Sandra Sully would look after.
Yeah,
in the late news.
That's rehashing.
Yeah, that's
regeneration.
That's well and truly old news. Yeah, I mean, then they're not going to the GD. No way.
For the reasons we discussed, they can't fulfil their obligations.
Well, Mrs. Doherty wouldn't have them for starters, because they don't have enough senior netball outfits. So
they only have 3 teams. You've got to have 5.
They do. 8
and a full complement of 19s to 13s netball.
Correct. So even if they wanted to, from a football perspective, they wouldn't be able to. And I suspect there might be a dozen other clubs that would be thinking, well, I'm not too sure that's going to happen. So yeah, it's a rain-soaked day for footy, and let's concentrate on that, hey? Because that's just bizarre.
3-2-20 playing 3-9-27 at the main break, thanks to Blackman's Brew, the ultimate halftime beer made in Geelong. Birchie, anything injury-wise that we need to keep an eye on? Pretty quiet for St John of God Hospital.
Very quiet on the injury front, which is surprising because it is so slippery out there, and a lot, the ball's on the ground a lot of the time. Lots of collisions at ground level, but no one's come off injured. I've had to go and get some gravy.
Look at this, chips and
chips, yeah, chips and gravy, because I couldn't eat anything this morning.
Looks like there's more gravy.
You're hungry now, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm back.
You got a bit of colour back in your face
I know.
too.
I honestly,
I've
turned the corner.
Did I make her come by saying she needed a doctor's divvy? I'm sorry, Birchie.
Birchie is down Boundary side today, thanks to Leopold Sportsman's Club, your complete family venue, 135 Kensington Road in Leopold. We'll take another break from here at Drew Oval with its 7-point lead for the Towners, 3-9-27, playing 3-2-20. Back shortly. Live, breathe, K-Rock footy.
K-Rock's Tim and Jess.
So they're calling it a mini-moon. Essentially, it's just like a small asteroid. It's about 10 metres wide. It's coming so close to the Earth that it's getting picked up by the
gravitational pull.
And it's going to do one loop
and then
get flung straight back out into the universe.
Yeah. Well, can we give it a more catchy name?
Murray the Moon.
Murray the Moon. There we go.
Excellent.
That's all I needed.
They're expecting Murray to start his orbit as of September 29.
That's nice. Now I'm worried for Murray. the Murray worry is quite high. Thank you very much.
Voted by a panel of their peers to most likely make you laugh whilst driving home in 2025. Tim and Jess on K-Rock. Your future, your hands. Study at the Gordon.
Since a bloke named Bill started cutting timber in a mill back in 1980, Barwon Timber's been the builder's best mate ever since. Whether you're stick framing or need prefab frames and trusses, Barwon Timber's got what you need for every building stage. Geelong owned and operated with trade quality products in stock, ready to go. Barwon Timber, Fellmongers Road, Breakwater. The team that builders just keep coming back for.
I'm going down to Barwon Timber.
Hamlin Homes, with over 40 years of commitment building homes throughout Geelong and the Surf Coast. Hamlin Homes is family operated, born, raised and living in Geelong, and committed to thriving into the future. Committed to building quality, sustainable homes. Committed to supporting you throughout your building journey. Hamlin Homes, built on a commitment to local trades, using premium quality materials, including a roof made from Colorbond steel. Hamlin.com.au, CDB-U 52938.
All this footy making you peckish? Time for some Zambrero feel-good mix. Incredible burritos, bowls and nachos. Cook slow and serve fast with only the freshest, most delicious ingredients. Plus, when you buy a regular or big burrito or bowl, Zambrero donates a meal to someone in need through the Plate for Plate initiative. Feel extra good about every bite. Grab your Zambrero now. Geelong West, Ocean Grove and Torquay. Or order online so you don't miss any of the action. Zambrero, feel good mix.
At Harvey Norman, Corio and Warn Ponds, meet the next generation of computing power, the new Intel Ultra processors. With AI and Windows Copilot, these computers have never been faster or smarter. For technology that's not just ahead of the curve, but bending the curve, talk to Geelong's experts in tech and discover how you can upgrade your world. Harvey Norman, Corio and Warn Ponds, proudly bringing you the future of computers, now.
Have you had a car accident and needing it repaired now? With Sheen Panel Service, you don't need to wait, Geelong. We will pick up and drop off your car. We will provide an accident replacement vehicle. We will even pay up to $750 off your insurance excess. Sheen will also offer a lifetime guarantee on all repairs. Get your car fixed now and conveniently with Sheen Panel Service. T's and C's apply. Visit sheengroup.com.au or call 1300 249 755.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Halftime thanks to Blackman's. Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate halftime beer made right here in Geelong. The boys from the 2015 St Joey's Premiership team enjoying a few Pivot City lagers and some little ales this afternoon from Blackman's in the expert chair. Thanks to the Sporting Globe Geelong Eat, Drink, Sport, Kirsch. You're having a look at the head-to-head this afternoon thanks to Breakwater Meadowland. Steel projects made easy. Our head-to-head, or I reckon I might know who the points winner might be at halftime.
Yes, look, Liam Nash is all over the place, isn't he, at the moment? But like we said, he licking his lips on a day like today. But we'll just go through some figures till half-time with Betson and Nash. And Nash has already had himself 13 kicks and his 5 handballs. So he's had 18 possessions till half-time on a day like today. He's worth 35. Let's double everything on a day like today. More importantly, though, he's had the 5 marks and 6 tackles, but 7 clearances. So clearance numbers are high for Newtown, and that's on the back of his work around the stoppages, and 7 of those inside 50s from his possession. So he's doing it all. He's getting clearances, he's getting inside forward 50, and he's just dominant around the ground. Keelan Betson, he's having an okay game himself, but he just needs to get a bit more ball around the stoppages. His clearance work isn't as dominant as Nash's at the moment, and particularly the inside 50 work as well, because, you know, the numbers are low for St Joseph, so they need to get those numbers up. He's had the 7 kicks, 3 handballs, just the 1 mark, obviously, in conditions like today. 8 tackles, we know he's a bit of a tackling beast. 3 clearances and only the 1 inside forward 50. So Nash is doing a lot of work sort of forward centre because the ball isn't going in his defensive half. So Nash is certainly on top at the moment, and he's probably the main reason why Newtown are in front of this game and sort of dominating forward half possession.
We'll keep an eye on that head-to-head in the second half. Thanks to Breakwater Meadowland. Steel projects made easy. Both sides and the umpires back out on the ground. And just about ready for the start of the third quarter here. Thanks to Bowen Timber. And Kingy's back from refreshing himself. He's better. And everybody's happy about that.
Let's have a look just at the score for Leopold Sporties from Hands Oval in Bunbury. Hands. North Melbourne 2-1-13 lead the Eagles 2 behinds. And earlier today, the Cats VFL defeated the Gold Coast 72-69.
Very nice.
Sure, Paul Hood would have got him going at half-time here, Jason, the midfield coach, to try and get him generating some
steal them.
Absolutely. Get your head over the pill and get that ball going forward, and let's generate some more inside forward 50s. I think that will be their key focus this half.
Rain continues to fall. Third quarter underway for Bowen Timber. Here's Jace.
Eddie McCoy goes up with Wilkinson and Nash in there again, trying to kick it off the ground. Knights. Now Betson, but don't argue on Nash. That's holding the ball. The umpire says held to him. And we'll have a ball up just forward of the centre circle, just nearly near half forward at the point of the square for Newtown. Ball comes back to a little kick by Ned Harris was good. Oh, nearly Harry Smith. He couldn't quite hang on to that footy. And big pack around it. Luke Maddock gets it away and gets the kick inside forward 50. Insufficient intent there. And it's out of bounds for a boundary throw in.
Surprised me, but no.
I was waiting for it.
Yep.
And well done by the straight back.
And just runs past the other straight back as well. There's a straight back off today between Luke Maddock and Zach Knights. And a boundary throw in deep into attack for Newtown and Chilwell in the right forward pocket southern end of the ground.
Yes, very upright, both of them. Ball will get hurled back into play. Dodos and Betson, a couple of GV products. Double palm down by Liam Betson. Front of the pack, Al Hickey. Right in front of our best seats in the house. Here's Nash again, as he was in the first half at the bottom of everything. Couldn't get his hands on this footy. Through traffic, Harkness, little handball. Going to end up with Ned Harris, although Keelan Betson will keep him company, ensure he can't break away. And right now we've got sort of 1991 Australia Wallabies World Cup campaign action taking place.
It's mixed between the Wallabies and the water polo team, really, isn't it?
Umpire Jones, it is extremely chopped up in front of our best seats in the house for Apco Cafe 24/7. McCoy, the tap, surely being held onto before he took possession was Keelan Betson. Liam Nash had hold of his left hand and he got away with one there.
Still allowed to play a free kick, aren't you?
Liam Nash and
that's what he's
Liam
asking.
Betson are getting to know each other a little bit better. McCoy winning the tap down again. Here's Keelan Betson through traffic. Got a handball back to Al Hickey, who loops a handball over the top, and he gave it straight to Harkness, who Panisi, I should say, who didn't have the footy, wanted a free kick that will never come. And right where there is a decent pool of water, we're going to have it hurled into play, and the boundary umpire is going to go and find his foot. No, he's just going to come out from that very significant puddle and hurl it back into play just outside 50 at right half forward for Newtown.
Yeah, best seats in the house thanks to Apco Cafe 24/7. Keelan Betson tried to take it away from Wilkinson, and they just throw each other into the ground, and we're going to have another ball up.
At least Betson's come out with a bit of purpose around it. He's getting on the move a little bit more around those stoppages.
Right next to Nash as Wilkinson and McCoy do it. No, can't the ruckwork neither get a tap. Nash driven into the ground. Now the kick came around the corner. It was good kick too for Newtown. Foppiani got a hand to it in the pocket. Humphrey right next to him. Oh, Foppiani threw it over his head. Coming back towards the pool, and it's still there. It's still playing on Humphrey now. Sees it out of bounds. It's right in front of the best seats in the house thanks to Apco Cafe 24/7. And it will be a boundary throw-in the Cadinia Park pool.
Located on Minerva Road or just off. Ball back into play for McCoy and Dodos to go at it again. McCoy won the tap down to the front of the pack. James Hickey's there. There's a can of Coke in front of me now, so I'm happy about that. Ball bobbling. Al Hickey. Handball on the up. It might have been Harkness who didn't have it. And it's out of bounds, and we'll do it all again. Ben Panisi there. So the crowd seems to have just died off a little bit. Netball action has concluded for the afternoon. I understand St Joseph's might have tipped over Newtown in A grade today, last year's grand finalists. Tapped down by Wilkinson. James Hickey tried to push his way through the pack, couldn't. Here's Al Hickey taking it and trying to get a handball away. Didn't do so successfully. Newtown through traffic. The kick, Ned Harris, went about 12 metres. Picked up by James Hose, who just says, let's get out of here to right half back, and it worked out okay. Antonak is marked on his chest.
He has, and he runs free, gets around a couple, and then goes with a right foot tumbling punt to half forward. Chafer got it in front of himself. Also there, Joel Edwards. Chafer on the up, Keelan Betson. Ball spilt free though. Nash the other way, back to centre half forward with the kick. Over the head of a couple, goes towards half forward. Harkness to run on it. Oh, he get the speed wobbles. He dropped it. Now Humphrey toe the poke around the corner towards Webb. It's chopped off though. Comes back towards the middle. James Hickey stands there in defensive 50 and takes the mark. He just wants to switch it to Harry Smith. Oh, he had to sit and wait. It took an hour to get to Harry. He took the mark in front of Nash and plays on now. Goes towards halfback with the kick. Morrison, big thump away at the back. And that came from Braden Hocking. Game number 740 for him today. And he's done a great job. And it will be a boundary throw-in.
Sometimes you've got so used to plays in the jumper. Seeing in something like this is just extremely weird. As Newtown are rocking their heritage strip. Ball back into play. There's a Blackman's. Front of the pack. Betson, Keelan. He was being chickened in by Liam Nash. And the umpire says, well, that's either going to be holding the ball or he was held on to before he took possession. Liam Nash is playing this like the veteran that he is. McCoy got a shove from Wilkinson. Betson did the roving. He can't get rid of the footy. Ball spills out. And we'll get a ball up. Still forward of the wing broadcast side as the rain has got heavier again.
Pay a couple of free kicks here and there, Kirsch, when they're warranted.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Into the air again we go for Wilkinson and McCoy. Wilkinson the tap down this time. Al Hickey the roving. Bove later tackle. Ball was knocked out in that tackle. Flicked up by Wilkinson. And there's going to be a free kick for a hold going which way? And there it is. Keelan Betson finally got the free kick that he's been wanting all afternoon. And he'll take it at left half back for St Joseph's.
You're right though, Jace. Just because of the conditions, the rules don't change.
Correct. You still pay a free kick if it's there. Betson goes long to centre wing. No mark taken off the front. Bove. He can't take it with him. Handball by Hocking towards Ned Harris. Flung the footy out. They come back inside 50 Newtown. It's a 2-on-1. Mitchell was one of the two. His handball back to Liam Betson. Stands up, can't take it. Foppiani, fresh air shot through the middle. Somehow Rugby scrummed it towards Liam Betson. He's wrapped up by Maddock and Foppiani, and they're not happy with each other. Get out of the way, they say. Come on, let's have a bit of fire in this game. 3-9-27. Newtown to Joey's 3-2-20. Umpire Jones just wants the footy.
They were fighting, but they held onto the footy while they were doing it. And the only way you can sort of stop them fighting is to throw the ball into the air. It was allowed to hit the ground. Willow Dwyer got a handball away, and he was slung after he got rid of it. And in the mud, Willow Dwyer is going to go back and have a shot. Archer Harkness thought he would take the advantage that was not there because time on had been blown. And it'll come back to Willow Dwyer, who just tries to shake off some of the mud. The number 7 is completely covered on the back of his Heritage jumper. He's trying to dry the ball. I suspect they've come out with a new Sharon, you would have thought, for the second half.
Do you reckon him and Keelan have had a little bit of a wager on this game?
Not sure.
Gamble responsibly.
And Willow Dwyer did say to me they didn't talk during the week, and then quickly said, no, we did. Al Hickey stands a mark. About 30 from goal. O'Dwyer will kick from just inside 40. Didn't get great purchase. I'll compete at the top of the square. Foppiani went to throw it on his boot, but lost it in the tackle. Webb was clean. Left foot kick around the corner. Down low, Ben Clark couldn't take it. A pick up in the muck by Panisi didn't happen, and a clearing kick to half back from Harry Smith didn't really clear the area. De Grandy's had to come up to try and find the footy, and the ball is again out of bounds as the boundary umpire does the evening two-step to avoid the oncoming players, blows his whistle and will hurl it back into play. 3-2-20, 3-9-27. We suspect 5 goals will win this. Well, Newtown really have got probably 4 when you count all those behinds, as we've played 7 3/4 minutes in this third quarter thanks to Barwon Timber.
Contest. Henderson gets the left foot to it, goes towards centre wing, close to Birchie, and it bounces just inside the field of play and out of bounds. Jackson Bruin thought it might have been out of bounds on the full, but the boundary umpire right there said no. Birchie's right on the spot as well. Nearly a possession there, Birchie.
I know. I had to save my can of Coke on the railing here. It was coming straight towards me.
And it's got heavier again, and it's got dark as well. We're going to finish this one in the dark, I suspect. Chance for Antonak to clear. St Joey's will go forward. He's looking for a marking target, and Edwards couldn't take it, diving low. He tries to go again and knock it out. Bove comes over the top to lay a tackle. He actually extracted the footy, but the umpire had blown the whistle to say, give it to me. And we will get a ball up. Joey's are back here next week. This ground,
they're playing a Walker, I think,
won't be fit for purpose, I wouldn't have thought. Ned Harris, a high ball, because we've got rain coming all week. There's going to be a free kick for over the shoulder. Umpire Jones, who was a fair way away, has paid that. It's going to come back to Connor Foppiani, who'll look to put it inside forward 50. Does so now. Not a great kick. Antonak couldn't take it on his chest. It just skidded through him. Chance here for Harkness around the corner, and it just bounces off to the right and through for a minor score, which is the first score of this third quarter. It's taken 9 minutes. Newtown now lead by 8. They're 3-10-28. St Joseph's are 3-2-20, and on the Barwon Foods time clock, 9.5 minutes played.
Webb kicks it back into the pool at half back to Bruin. He gets it. Oh, that's way too slow. And free kick, Joel Edwards put the tackle on Chaz Kapala. And he'll take the free kick at half-back for St Joseph's. Goes as long as he can to the outer side. Half-back. Mark Taker-McGlade standing in front there for Newtown. He drives it back to whence it came. Big pack there off the back of the pack hose. He gets a step and gets a kick. But it's just kick to kick at the moment. And just slowing it down, Maury will go with the left foot towards half forward. And again, kick to kick. It's playground stuff here now. McCoy takes the mark at half back for St Joey's.
You can't really get uncontested possession, can you, Jace? Like,
no.
You can't maintain possession to move the ball down the line. So it's kick and hope.
No real possession chains taking place here this afternoon. Kirsch is standing up in the K-Rock van, just trying to keep warm.
It's teeming down out here too for the listeners at home.
Really, really pumping down now. It's going to get worse before it gets better, I think. O'Dwyer trying to barge his way through. He was able to move the ball forward about 15 metres under pressure, buy some territory for his team, and we'll get a boundary throw in at left half forward. 3-2-20 plays 3-10-28. And we've played 10 3/4 minutes on the Barn Foods third quarter time clock. Sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road North, Geelong. Try their freshly shucked oysters.
Well, kick from mid-air by Lewis. He didn't get it though. Bove did. Inside 50 with the kick. Fopiani can't take the mark. Off the side of the pack. Comes towards Harry Smith. He gets a clearing kick for St Joey's, but only as far as Wilkinson. Umpire says no, he didn't pay the mark. Play on the call. Morey. He got it back towards Wilkinson. He can't go anywhere, the big ruckman. And he is wrapped up. Centre wing on the outer side. Ball up for he and Liam Betson. Antonak tried to run through the tackle. Couldn't do so. And the umpire will ball it up once again. Still on centre wing. On the outer side. Comes towards Harris for Newtown. Morey ripped off the football by Lewis. Should be a free kick and will be. Hunter Lewis protests, but Logan Morey is going to take the free kick. Centre wing on the outer side for Newtown.
Not sure we've got many days like this at Yarrawonga. Logan Morey pulled off the kick. It's going to work out all right because Will O'Dwyer was standing in the right spot and had a couple of grabs at it and took the mark, but he's far too far out to score. So he'll just pull it into the pocket. Fopiani, his target, but he put it onto the chest of Luke Webb. Safe as houses is Luke Webb. And his defensive role, once again, solid this afternoon. Leopold Sporty's player of the day. He goes with a torp to half back, and it's going to work out all right because he's put it onto the waiting chest of Caleb Foster. There's arguments to get the ball moving, but there's also arguments to go, hang on, let's try and keep the footy and see if we can hit a target. Foster takes off, sends it towards the outer wing and turns it over with a kick straight onto the chest of Braden Hocking. I know you can't attack the corridor just because it's how wet it is, Kirsch, but you don't want to push it wide all the time too.
No, and that's exactly what's happening. And they're kicking it back to where Newtown's numbers was. That was 3v1 there, that kick from Foster. So they've got to be a bit smarter in the conditions.
Kick off the ground by Fopiani. He got it forward and got a goal. Panisi kicked the goal for Newtown in the left forward pocket. Just a little toe poke from Fopiani. And he got it up to Ben Panisi and he kicked the goal. Fourth for Newtown and Chilwell. They go to 4-10-34 and they lead St Joey's 3-2-20. And that's on the Bowen Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard. Bowen Timber, Geelong owned and operated building better since 1980.
Kingy, you mentioned it, like, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's wet or dry, a turnover's a turnover, and they got that on the turnover. And in these conditions, you can't afford to just give it back over and over again, and that's exactly what's happened to St Joseph's the last probably 4 or 5 times they've tried to go forward with the ball. They're just going to get some numbers, and if you're going to attack, maybe attack the top side here, they, you know, look to go down that other side, the defensive side, the last couple of kicks, so they've got to get a bit more aggressive with their ball.
Antonak soccers it off the ground towards half forward. Hennessy had a fumble, soccering it back the other way. Mitch Diamond, Katsara's got his hands on the footy, just kicked around the corner, but straight into the waiting chest of Al Hickey, who for St Joey's barrels it back inside forward 50, but standing tall as always is Braden Hocking, who will look to keep it broadcast side. Maddock's target, but Harry Smith got across with a fist and knocked it straight into the puddle at the interchange gates where Birchie is standing this afternoon for Leopold Sporties, your complete family venue. That rain heavier, you can hear it on the roof of our van, but also on the umbrella you're holding, Birchie.
Sure can, it's very heavy.
Ball from the ruck contest, Al Hickey. Handball was chopped off, and he's going to get a free kick, pushing the back, said the umpire. So the skipper goes towards half forward with a wobbly kick. Hennessy can't take it. Oh, he can get the footy up. And now off a step, Antonak, but turned it over again. Braden Hocking standing in the right spot. Years of experience, Braden Hocking, and he takes the mark and drives it from half back towards centre wing with the kick. Big thump away, Edwards. Over the boundary line, and we'll have another boundary throw-in.
That's actually gone to Walker Oval. Onto the
that's where they'll be playing next week.
True centre wing.
Who do they play? Do they play next week?
South Barwon.
Yeah. Not a great game. Jeez.
If you squint, you can just see Johnny Pickering bursting down the wing for St Peters in about 1981. from the boundary throwing. His young fella Jack played an absolute cracker yesterday for Geelong Amateur, playing on Jordan Kerris. Did a little bit of a curbing role on the Roos playing coach. First time he's been playing in 10 years, Jack Pickering. Thought he was done with injury and got himself going again. But we've got a game here to worry about. And Joey's are going to go forward. Long kick towards forward 50. Back with the flight. Lewis just got worked under it, but he found it at ground level. Just couldn't get it onto the boot the way he'd hoped. And it's socket off the ground. And Mitch Diamond's going to be happy to walk that through for another rush behind for St Joseph's. They're 3-3-21. Newtown at 4-10-34. Third quarter action thanks to Barwon Timber. Geelong owned and operated and building better since 1980. Check out barwontimber.com.au.
Mitchie plays on from fullback. Diamond goes towards half-back, punched away by Betson. Edwards was there as well. They see it over for St Joey's, so a boundary throwing at left half forward.
It's only their third inside forward 50 for the quarter for St Joseph, so they're still not generating enough ball inside forward 50.
This game's, I reckon this is done. I think Newtown win this. I can't see Joey's just, they need to find 3 goals.
A ball from the ruck contest. Joel Edwards runs past it. Bove got the pick up. He couldn't get rid of it in the tackle though. Ball still in dispute. Comes to the side of the pack. Medola. He tried to get it away, and it will be another ball up on centre wing. Grandstands broadcast side, 4-10-34 Newtown. They lead St Joey's 3-3-21.
Some Newtown fans not happy with the call I just made. Instant feedback on social media. Don't moz it.
Oh, right.
So from the ball up, Liam Nash will track the footy. It's stolen by Keelan Betson. Step through traffic, jammed it on the boot. Rolling ball, rolling, but not going through. And in the end, nearly helped through. Diving desperately to knock it through for a minor score is Chaz Kapala. And the margin is now 12. So that's another rush behind for St Joseph's. That's 4 on the afternoon. And they're now 3-4-22. They trail by a neat 2 goals. Newtown 4-10-34. 17 and a quarter minutes play in this third quarter on the Barwon Foods time clock.
Mitch Diamond plays on from fullback. Looks for Foppiani. Off hands. Dodos can't keep it in. And it will be a boundary throwing still at left half forward for St Joey's.
North Melbourne 20 lead the Eagles 5 in Bunbury at quarter time.
The temperatures dropped down here too significantly. A little bit of a breeze blowing as well.
Yeah, that's not good. Birchie on the boundary line. So ball from the ruck contest. Real rugby scrum stuff there.
First time I've seen the foil blankets out on the bench for Newtown. So that says it all.
That says it all. Absolutely. Ball from the ball up. Comes to the side of the pack. Hickey over the top of it. Foppiani for Newtown. And the umpire's going to come in and ball it up again. So a third ball up. Let's have a look at the feels like. The feels like 6 degrees. Fantastic. Ball from the ruck contest. Another pack develops. Number 4. And this is playing into Newtown's hands beautifully. This just contest after contest. They got a 12-point lead in this low-scoring clash. Ball. And Foppiani, he's slung to the ground. Should get a free kick. Keelan Betson can't believe it, and I tell you, he's in a bit of trouble, Connor Foppiani too. He's getting very ginger to get to his feet, and we'll keep an eye on that. Birchie for St John of God as well as he gets up. Liam Nash is right next to him, so Connor Foppiani's got it at the back end of centre wing, and just doing a little bit of housework here at the moment. Ball goes back to centre wing. And I'll be able to tell Vicky he's done some work. That's good. She'll be happy about that. Ball is going to be a free kick, I think, to Newtown. And again, in the tackle, Ned Harris is going to take the free kick on centre wing, taking his time as well as he gets up a bit ginger. But he will take the free kick. He thought about a short little kick. He's called to play on now. So he'll drive it down the line towards half forward. Big pack there. Trying to be punched on by Coburn. At the back, Zach Knights. Kick back to centre wing. Harris gets back, takes a good safe chest mark.
Connor Foppiani just gives a thumbs up to the bench to say that he's okay. But just keep an eye on him, Birchie, for St John of God. We put you first. Caring for our community for 50 years. Ned Harris towards half forward. Big spoil. Joel Edwards over the top. Knocks it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. As we approach time on in this third quarter, a low-scoring affair as you'd expect in these wet and dreary conditions. Breeze has just got up slightly, and that will favour Newtown in the final term. So if they can go with a little advantage at three-quarter time. Might be worth a little bit more than the actual points value. De Grande got it from Keelan Betson, hacked it forward about 12 metres, but coming back the other way, a couple of soccers off the ground came from Jet Madola, and buys about 12 metres for his team. And on true centre wing, where it is all chopped up, looks like Flemington after 4 days of racing during the Melbourne Cup Carnival.
I'm going to see if I can commentate with no eyes.
More like the bull.
Yeah, the bull, yeah.
Probably more like the bull, you are right.
Luke Webb's gone forward. Just a little side note on this game. There hasn't been too many structural or positional changes, but that's one.
Wilkinson got it down. Nash. And ball spills free again. Now Ned Harris, right foot kick inside 50. Humphrey, Foppiani. They do a bit of a 1-2. Kick off the ground by Foppiani into the goal square. Kick off the ground. Soccer style, no. It comes back. Handball over the top. Foppiani! Connor Foppiani kicks the goal. And great play from Newtown in the goal square. There was a 3-on-3, but they just worked their way beautifully. And he kicks his first of the afternoon. And this goes done. 5-10-40. Now Newtown, and they lead St Joey's 3-2-20. Bowen Timber K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
Well, it just come down to a little bit of desperation. They weren't desperate enough, St Joseph's defenders, to kill the ball, really. Get it over the line, put your body over it, just slide the ball through. Whatever you got to do, you got to kill it in that little area there, which is the most dangerous part on the ground, Jace, the goal square.
Absolutely.
Get the ball over, kill it dead, get it in, get it through. But they didn't, and they gave them a sniff, and they kicked the goal.
A young, improving, upcoming Newtown and Chilwell looking to cause an upset here on King's birthday Sunday. Ned Harris is going to get a free kick. He's being held by Hose, and it's going to come back, and they get another opportunity here during time on of this third quarter. Liam Nash wants the footy, and that's the direction where he'll go. He'll be in a one-on-one with Betson. That was Keelan getting a fist on it. Ball's going to be tracked to the boundary line, and Panithi, or rather
Madola,
comes towards us and out, and people in the crowd have copped that little bit of spray. Wheeler copped it here too. And it's going to get hurled back into play. McCoy, tap down, rolling towards Colville. Colville will find the water as well, and he's happy to be helped out by James Hickey, and we'll do it all again. Right in front of our best seats in the house.
Who needs to squeeze you? You can just get the boys to run through the water and get it off the ground. Perfect.
Win a $1,000 fuel voucher only at APCO South Geelong and Warren Ponds. Tap down Wilkinson. Colville. It was a little back heel. It worked out all right to Madola. And then Bove tried to steal it away. It was unintentional from Jesse Colville, the late inclusion. And umpire McLeod says, give it to me. I'll put it into the air. And Wilkinson and McCoy will do it all again.
McCoy gets it down. Nash, Bove. Bove gives it away by hand. Short little one. Kick around the corner. Came from Dunn. Inside 50. Now on the side. Colville. Dotis is over there as well. Good tackle. That's a good tackle. That's holding the ball, says the umpire as well. And Big Mitchie's going to take a free kick, Ben Clark.
I think he's a bit stiff, Jay.
I think he got the handball away.
He did get the handball away. The umpire was blindsided. They've been paying sort of nothing all day in terms of that. So I think he's a bit stiff, Ben Clark.
Well, there we go. Mitch Dotis has got the ball. And he's going to shoot from 35 out, which is possibly too far out to score with that footy. We'll see how he goes. A big fella. He kicked two last week in the middle of nowhere. He comes in with a right foot kick, and he kicked for distance okay, but he has hit the back end and it's through for one behind, and that's nearly hit the squeegee at the back there. And he's got two behinds this afternoon. 5-11-41. Newtown, St Joey 3-4-22. Bowen Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
The short kick, it was, I think, from Edwards. And there's going to be a free kick going to Joey's. It was nearly cut off. And it's going to be a free kick. It was Coburn, but it's going to be taken out there by Mitchell to the outer wing. Chafer flew. Front of the pack, Bove. Taken by Chafer and going nowhere. And we'll get a ball up just forward of the wing, favouring Newtown and Chilwell. 5-11-41, 3-4-22. If you've just tuned in, you're wondering why the score's so low during time under the third quarter, because it's absolutely throwing down rain here at Drew Oval. Trying to fight for the footies. James Hickey doing everything to lift his team. Fires a handball forward. Henderson didn't take possession. Try to knock it on to Hannessy. Calls for a throw unheeded. There's going to be a free kick too high. Jackson Bruin is going to take it. Haven't caught a lot of Jacko this afternoon, but he's got it here, and he's going to send a kick to half forward. got a couple of options. Dodos on the half volley was clean, but he's turned it over with a handball. Just jammed on the boot by Ben Clark to the wing. It'll come back from whence it came. Murdoch through traffic did okay for the Towners, and then pumped it towards left half forward, trying to reel it in with the one hand. Coburn couldn't, and it is out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Right where the 50 meets the boundary line. Newtown in attack and in control, leading by 19. They conceded the first 2 goals of the game. They've kicked 5-1 since midway through the opening quarter and look like causing an upset here at Drew Oval.
So the ruck contest, nobody went up in the ruck. Goes to the side of the pack. Hannessy gets it away to Keelan Betson for St Joey's. Just tumbles the punt towards centre half forward. McGlade gets back there for Newtown. Lewis worries him out of it. Kick off the ground back towards Henderson. He straight lined it. Webby, he gets over the top as well. He can't take it. Now Henderson again. Short little toe poke. Oh, fell into the water. Chafer couldn't take it with him. And now the pack develops at half forward. Ball still in dispute. Still playing, saying play on. Goes towards Bruin for Newtown. And Diamond in there as well. They put the tackle on. And it will be Mitch Chafer who will give the ball back to the umpire. And it will be a ball up inside St Joey's forward 50. They need a goal right now. Betson through the middle. Keelan handballed it back towards Hunter Lewis. And the umpire will have to come in, do a bit more work this afternoon. He lets it go, in fact. Now they have to try to get it out. And it will be a ball up. Just a roving reporter, B.W. Casanilli, just Cheesy O'Bree's son is one of the boundary umpires today. Billy.
Oh, right. There you
Good
go.
on you, Billy.
That's got a little bit of information.
Yes. That time Benny did some work for us.
Ball in the right forward pocket. Socket away. Might have been Webb towards the goal square, but Newtown have got numbers. Tackle laid and giving the ball back to the umpire is Braden Hocking. Or in fact, it was Murdoch. Goes and stands next to Paddy de Grande, who we've barely called this afternoon. Fair to say it hasn't been the afternoon for key marking forwards. Kirsch, how would you have gone on a day like this?
Kick 6.
Probably would have only kicked 5 or 6 today. Well held on.
You idiot. Ball into the air. Wilkinson won the tap down. This is all happening about 5 metres from the Joey's goal, just right of the right-hand goal post. And we've got another stoppage, and we will do it all again. 41 plays, 22, 27 and a half minutes played on the Barham Foods third quarter time clock.
So, ball. Nash tries to tap it through, and they do so now for a rush behind us and Joey's. So 5 rush behinds for them today. And they go to 3-5-23. Trail Newtown 5-11-41. Braden Hocking with the honour of the kick in for Newtown.
The Eagles are following North Melbourne's lead, 6 consecutive behinds.
Right under the Eagles. Ball from Hocking goes towards half back. Front of the pack. Hose puts the tackle on. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. So, big pack around this contest, as it has been for most of the afternoon. McCoy taps it away. It's a bit of space. Nash, though, read it the better. He dropped the footy in the tackle. Hannessy put a good tackle on. And the John Oates impersonator will take it at left half forward. He's got a little headband on too. Ollie Hannessy.
Fire looks good, doesn't it?
It looks great. Ball goes to the top of the square. No mark taken off hands. Webb kicked it sideways in the end. Ball somehow comes back. Was that it? Chafer, who misses and just misses. And 3 for 1 behind for Mitch. So I go to 3-6-24 now. St Joey's, Newtown 5-11-41. Barwon Timber, K-Rock. Third quarter scoreboard. Geelong owned and operated, building better since 1980. That's Barwon Timber.
So 4 behinds now in this quarter for St Joey's. They had to at least find 1 or 2 goals, because anything more than they need a goal. They can't be. 2 might be retrievable. Kirsch, as the breeze has dropped off again by the looks of it for Goddings, Birchie. Just those flags have stopped fluttering as they were a little bit earlier in the quarter.
Yeah, it has dropped off, although those flags, I reckon, are so wet now they wouldn't be able to flap.
This is very true. Kick towards half back. And the mark taken by Murdoch, who drive it long to the wing. Cal Mitchell came up for Joey's, couldn't take it. Foppiani picked up the loose footy and then spun out of trouble and banged it on the boot, but kicked it straight to Al Hickey, standing behind the ball. Now, Hickey wants to switch play. This is a rarity today that we've seen. He's got Kershaw dropping a mark at the point of the square at right half back, but he's got plenty of time to recover. Then Dink a kick over the top and finds Hunter Lewis, who's a long way from home. That GPS must be on the fritz.
He was thinking about the handball back to Kershaw.
Oh, well, those lights. Ooh.
But he...
Sorry, I had my mic on.
Yes, we know,
the lights
Birchie.
were blinding me.
Not good when you've had a migraine, Birchie.
Ball, Harry Smith gets out of traffic in the middle, goes a left foot kick towards half forward. Oh, Hennessy ripped off the football by Nash. He just wants to pump it straight back towards centre of the ground. But there's two St Joey's players there. Cal Mitchell's one. Gets up, tries to kick it as far and as long as he can to Hunter Lewis. Needs to get back on his left. He got the handball away in the end. Handball came over the top. Might be all right. Back to Lewis. 55 from goal. Too far out to score. Tries to get the kick in towards Henderson. And I'll tell you what, there's no way third umpire that's giving that out.
That's a bump ball.
That is a way bump ball. And Henderson thought about the short kick again because he's still 45 out from goal. There is no way he's kicking this goal.
Only Liam Nash's second possession for the quarter too.
And they've done a good job on him, haven't
They
they?
have, yeah. Keelan Betson's had the 7 and 4 clearances, so
Yep.
he's been really good, Keelan.
Henderson, who has kicked one of the 3 goals this afternoon, goes with the kick towards the square and off hands. Webby not happy at the back. And through for one behind to St Joseph's at 3-7-25. They trail Newtown 5-11-41. Bowen Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
They're creating opportunities.
Exactly right. Just the last 5 or 6 minutes, they've had some time in forward half. They just can't generate that score.
Hocking drives it towards right half back. Liam Betson sets himself, went through his hands, and that is 3-quarter time. And Newtown with a couple of third quarter goals that might just prove the difference in this one. 5-11-41, 3-7-25, and they are on the verge of snapping St Joseph's 25-game home and away winning streak and giving themselves a real opportunity for a crack at a top 3 finish. They'll go to 6-2 with victory, having played one more game along with St Joseph's than the rest of the competition. We'll take a break from here at Drew Oval on a Sunday afternoon and be back with the final quarter. And it is a handy little buffer that they have, the young and improving Newtown and Chilwell. 5-11-41, St Joseph's 3-7-25, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Win a $1,000 fuel voucher only at APCO South Geelong and Warren Ponds. Live, breathe, K-Rock footy.
Tom, Lee and Loggy, Geelong's favourite way to wake up.
So if you have trouble bending, stretching, putting on socks as you get older, or if you were injured, so seen this hack.
I could use this.
Yeah, I know.
Because I have to roll on my back at the moment and kind of hook one on my big toe and just anything like that, just to get it started.
Of course you do. It's called foreplay.
In 2025, Geelong and the Surf Coast's favourite way to wake up is Tom, Lee and Loggy on K-Rock 955. Visit one of Mimosa Homes' 50 displays across Melbourne and Geelong.
You've got 11 sandwiches to choose from, all Devon. That's not a choice, unless you're super into Devon. What holds for sandwiches holds for paint projects. You want real choice. No one stocks a greater range of Dulux paints and products or gives you tips and advice on how to use them than your local Inspirations Paint store. That's what makes them the Dulux approved specialist. What's your next project?
Inspirations Paint, Grovedale, 138 Torquay Road.
Your dream home is closer than you think with Metricon, Australia's #1 home builder. With our Fast Track program, your contract is ready in 7 days and you can get to site in as little as 16 weeks. Plus, you can receive an upfront and transparent Fast Track saving on your stunning Metricon design. Contact us to see if you qualify and move in faster than you thought possible. Metricon, love where you live. Terms and conditions apply. CDBU 52967.
Harvey Norman, the home of king-size TVs. Bigger is better. Immerse yourself in the incredible viewing experience of a king-size TV. All the leading brands, Samsung, LG, Sony, Hisense and TCL. Whether it's game day, movie night or a binge weekend, enjoy spectacular clarity and detail with resolutions from 4K to 8K and screen sizes up to a massive 100-inch. Connect more, see more and do more with a king-size TV featuring the very latest in smart technology. See the specialists in king-size TVs at Harvey Norman now. Your locally owned and operated Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds.
Since a bloke named Bill started cutting timber in a mill back in 1980, Barwon Timber's been the builder's best mate ever since. Whether you're stick framing or need prefab frames and trusses, Barwon Timber's got what you need for every building stage. Geelong owned and operated with trade quality products in stock, ready to go. Barwon Timber, Fellmongers Road, Breakwater. The team that builders just keep coming back for.
I'm going down to Barwon Timber.
Thanks to our number one ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Three-quarter time on a Sunday afternoon, a rain-soaked Sunday afternoon. Well, you know who's in front because there is a massive huddle around the, well, not massive, but plenty of umbrellas around the Newtown huddle. Not so many around the Joey's huddle, which shows you there's less people there. One of the people that is around the St Joey's huddle is our own Jane Birch. We'll get to her in a moment with Ron Watt around the grounds for Leopold Sporties, and in the AFL clash this afternoon taking place in Bunbury. The Eagles 7 behinds.
Oh, it's raining over there too.
Trail North Melbourne 3-2-20, and that is 15 minutes into the second quarter.
Oh, okay.
So they've been served a high-quality clash, the people of Bunbury.
Yeah, they'll be so happy.
Yeah, they'll be wrapped with that. Earlier today in the VFL, Geelong with a 3-point win, 72-69 over the Suns. The Suns kicked 11 goals, 3.
Cookie.
Not bad in these conditions.
Absolutely.
Right, mate.
I'm sorry.
Keep you up.
Keeping you up.
Sorry about that. Sorry. Well,
what have you made of this contest? Is it over?
I would say it is over. Unfortunately, look, the game has just, the numbers have increased in tackle counts, the numbers have increased in stoppages, so I think that's just going to play into Newtown's hands at the moment. You know, that was their highest quarter that they've generated some inside 50s, Joey's with 8, but they just haven't been able to hit the scoreboard like they did early in the game. So, look, on a dry day, if they've got that many times inside forward 50, they're probably going to carve you up, St Joseph's, but it's not that day, and Newtown are just playing the conditions a lot better. So I would say that they're going to have to pull out something extraordinary here, St Joseph's, and get it in there forward 50 more times than Newtown this quarter. I know that's an obvious statement, but Newtown have dominated each quarter with inside forward 50, so they'll +4 that quarter as well. So they've just got to try and generate. They've got to just go for broke. They've got to be more aggressive with their ball movement, and that might mean that that they attack the corridor a bit more. So that's what it's got to be.
Jane Birch is down boundary side. Birchie, have you got Killer with you for a couple of words?
I think he's still talking to Pal Hickey.
We'll get down to Birchie in a second. I'm just following the Birch umbrella. Sticks out like an absolute beacon. The one that she's standing under. We got you down there, Birchie. I'm just waiting for Birchie to come on in. Players are in position for this final quarter. Thanks to Zambrero, it's Feel Good Max.
Pretty bad when your mates, Tim and Leanne, are sending me messages sitting on the couch drinking red wine and cocktails while we're sitting here in 5-degree weather.
Down to you, Birchie, if you can hear us. No, Birchie's just working through.
Getting some more chips and gravy up.
Yes, final quarter for Zambrero. It's Feel Good Max, Newtown by 16 points. Here's Jace.
Wilco goes up and gets it down. Cam Wilkinson for Newtown. And kicked by Ned Harris. Only as far as Keelan Betson. Tried to get the handball to Antonak. Right on the cricket pitch area. We're bowling today, we're not batting.
Eagles 8 behinds.
And they might not score a goal in the AFL. That'd be fun. Secondary bounce. Andrew McQualter. I hope he's being paid extra. Ball Wilkinson. Antonak tried to get the handball out. Bove gets the clearing kick for Newtown towards half forward. Dotis can't take it. Oh, sliding through the middle there. Who was that?
Oh.
Well, free kick found. Connor Foppiani's going to take the free kick, and everybody's turning around going, we have no idea where that came from.
No one did. That's the thing. Neither did Connor Foppiani.
Down to you, Birchie. I think you've found yourself in position down there.
Yeah, I have Kingy. Sorry about that. A few technical issues with changing batteries and things and gloves on. I didn't catch anyone from the Joey's camp, unfortunately, but I did hear Hoodie saying, you know, we just have to, as soon as you tackle, back up onto your feet, we've got to keep that ball alive. So they know that, obviously, you know, time is against them and it's going to be hard to score, so they've got to keep going for it.
Foppiani with the kick for goal, punched through by Gus Humphrey, and through for another rush behind to Newtown. They go to 5-12-42. And they lead St Joey's 3-7-25. Zambrero K-Rock, final quarter scoreboard.
So 3 goals required from St Joseph's, and you'd have to think they can't let Newtown score from here. Pumping along, Al Hickey to half, back up with the one hand. Foppiani couldn't mark. Cleared out of there for St Joseph's by Ben Clark to the outer wing. Bouncing ball. Hennessy is underneath it, trying to harass his opponent. Might have been Bruin that he knocked it away from. Now a little soccer off the ground, but might work out all right here for Newtown. Handball back to Hocking was good. Had time to set himself, kick around the corner. Bouncing ball, well, it didn't bounce, just pitched in the water that he's continuing to pool here at Drew Oval. And we've got a stoppage as a result as Cal Mitchell is held up. Ball up edge of the square, almost a true centre wing. Minerva Road side of the ground. James Hickey doing all he can to lift his team. Kick around the corner. Foster and Diamond are there. Diamond did well, but had it knocked from his grasp by Foster, who then had to lay a tackle when the loose footy was picked up by Gennaro Bove. Sort of kind of Richard Loveridge, Gennaro Bove. He's got the long sleeves on, but he's pulled them up sort of to his forearms.
He has. And he tries to get the footy again, and he does. Gets it to Nash, fresh air shot. Keelan Betson taps it to himself and then gets it on the up. Handball came from Knights. Kick around the corner, St Joseph's towards half forward. Hocking there again. Gets the handball to Bruin. He gets a short little handball. Bo played for a free kick, didn't get one. Knights kick back to whence it came. Past Hannessy, falls in the arms of Hocking. He left it behind. Kapala's handball. And Betson puts the tackle on Bove, and he's held up, and the umpire will come in and ball it up. At half forward for St Joey's, left half forward will have a ball up.
Narrow half fended off there, and Keelan Betson wanted a free kick. Tap down McCoy. Wilkinson tried to dribble it like a basketball. Head over it. Ned Harris took one high. Keelan Betson's first touch was almost tasseling the hair of Ned Harris, and that was an easy one for the umpire to make that call. Harris with the footy inside his defensive 50. No Charlie this afternoon. We'll get an update on both why he and Byrne were missing this afternoon. Kick to the outer wing. Foppiani lays a tackle, and going nowhere is Ben Clark, and we'll get a ball up at just forward of the wing on the outer side of the ground with a 17-point Newtown lead.
So the ball back into play, Bove, wrapped up by Betson. It's happened a few times today. And the umpire will ball it up again. Still on the centre wing. Falls to the side of the pack. Betson leaves it for Antonak. Gets the kick away, but it was smothered. Newtown working overtime at half forward. Punched on by Murdoch. Goes towards Harkness. He can't take it. And Betson puts another tackle on, and it will be a ball up. Just inside the centre circle. Forward of centre for St Joey's. Through the middle of the pack was James Hickey. Little toe poke. Now falls to Henderson. Oh, he kicks it into Murdoch in the end. Ball spills free. Goes to the side of the pack. Now it's a foot race. Morey gets out there first for Newtown and gets a left foot kick towards centre wing. Use of the body was good from Harkness. Now across towards a open centre wing position on the broadcast side. It's a one-on-one at Smith, and he didn't go at the footy, and that was the problem for him. And then he gave one away probably to Colville, but the umpire said no, and it's going to be wrapped up. The umpire's going to ball it up on centre wing.
And my fingers have officially turned blue here at Drew Oval.
Yeah. Well, should invest in some gloves, I think, Tom. Some K-Rock gloves.
Ball in the air. Wilkinson, the tap down. Antonek through the contest. Was able to get a little boot on the ball. Went about 2 metres now. Socket off the ground by Ned Harris. And standing under it, Liam Betson, who wasn't paid to mark. He gave a handball off Henderson. And then the clearing kick comes from half back by Al Hickey. A rolling ball that'll roll towards the boundary line. And now out in front of Caleb Foster. And we'll have it thrown back into play. True centre wing, broadcast side, right in front of Jane Birch, who's down boundary side for Leopold Sporties this afternoon. And Joey's yet to make really any indentation on that 16-point margin. In fact, they now trail by 17. 42 plays 25, 6 minutes almost gone in this final quarter, thanks to Zambrero.
Nash got it out of the contest towards Hickey, close to the boundary line again. Little toe poke. Hasn't been an awful lot of that today, really. Harris goes Edwards from behind, big double fister towards the St Joey's coach's box, and we will have another boundary throw in. Oh, the Eagles have scored a goal. Oh my goodness.
Credit to the line marker here, because despite...
Oh, he's a good man too.
Yes.
The great Johnny Mack. You've done a great job, John. Fantastic.
In-line markers at other grounds. Maybe Leopold could learn a thing or two.
We're just going to stitch people up in the last quarter here. This is great.
Aston.
Hey.
He's the linesman there.
Whack.
42 playing 25. Kirsch didn't realise where we were going with that. We didn't need to name names. That person knew who they were, but Kirsch just made sure of it. Advantage is paid, is it? Was it going to come back? No, it was a free kick from that stoppage, and Ed McCoy banged it on his boot forward, got some territory, but it's going to come back and be a free kick. It might be Felix Henderson who's going to take it, or is it McCoy? It's going to be McCoy. He'll go with a short kick laterally on the bounce. James Hickey sends it looking for De Grande. Spoil came from Murdoch, who's been good on him this afternoon for Wombat Gully Plant Farm. And then McCoy should have taken possession, wanted to knock it on to Henderson, and they're going to turn it over here. Harris pulled off the kick. It'll roll towards left half forward. Al Hickey's there for St Joseph's. He couldn't take it, but a couple of sockers off the ground. Colville trying to sink the slipper into it. Foppiani was able to pick it up, gave a handball back and dumped in the tackle and brought to ground. Bottom of that might be Colville, or is it Madola? It is Jet Madola, and we'll get a ball up left half forward, maybe right on the 50 as Newtown attack the cemetery end in this final turn.
Wilkinson gets it down for Newtown. Edwards roved the side, got a high tackle. Will take the free kick at half-back. Not to be the expert, Kirsch, but St Joey's still trying to play a bit of dry weather footy.
Oh, a little bit of flicking and
can't they just kick the footy long?
Tapping it. Just yeah, exactly
just
right.
kick the footy.
We spoke about that before, didn't we?
Yeah.
About how they're going to try and get some yardage in this game.
Yeah, and they're going to muck it up here too because they got it on the half volley. Connor Foppiani just kicks a goal. Soccer style. No, is it in the? Oh, it's in the goal square. Is it being touched? Oh, it was so close. It was sitting on the goal line. And Madola was running at it and getting back there, Cal Mitchell, and he pushed it through for a rush behind Connor Foppiani. It's nearly Francis Awara-Tifi style for Benny Cass.
Al Hickey will bring it into play. Broadcast side is the side he wants, although he'll go short and put it onto the chest of Joel Edwards, who is caked in mud. You can't see his number 21. He goes wide, and Mitch Chafer, who's had to come up the ground to find the footy. It's been a tough day for forwards of both persuasions. He goes with a torp, didn't really get a great piece of it. Hose is there, he can't take it for Joey's. Morey Ken outside of the left boot, and he's actually found Luke Maddock. So all's well that ends well. It wasn't the greatest kick from Logan Morey, but he's found Luke Maddock, who marks on his chest, and he's saying he's going to have a shot.
She's not having a shot from there.
He kicks this, I'm walking home.
Yep.
Luke Maddock.
If he kicks this, he can have the Sporties Award.
Absolutely.
Heavy ball. Man on the mark stands at around 50 from the northern end goals. Lights are starting to take some sort of effect here on this winter's afternoon. He goes through a puddle and he just dinks a little short ball, but he didn't get to where he wanted to go, Ned Harris. But Harris was able to take it on the bounce, turn and kick. Foppiani flying up. He's been paid the mark.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I know it's wet.
Can't pay that.
But that's been paid as a chess mark that he had no right to be paid, and Connor Foppiani will go back to put this game to bed. Even the most ardent of Newtown supporters, we've got the benefit of the replay coming up here. We'll have a look at that, Kirsch.
Oh, no.
But the ball is in the game. The game is in the hands, I should say, of Connor Foppiani, looking for his second and a 24-point Newtown lead. And he has missed to the left. So maybe some poetic justice.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we just had a look at the replay.
Oh, no.
And the margin is 19, 3-7-25, 5-14-44. Those who have got the live score on their AFL Barwon stream, that score is actually incorrect. It's 3 points, or 2 points, I should say, adrift of the scoreboard here at Drew Oval. Final quarter action for Zambrero. Feel good, Max.
It's a handy point too, 19 points now. Newtown in the ascendancy. Ball up at half forward for Newtown. Keelan Betson rips the footy out, only as far as Bove. Must be holding the ball, and it will be. It'll come back. He had 3 or 4 opportunities to get rid of it, Keelan. Couldn't do so effectively, and the ball's going to come back, and Newtown's going to take the free kick.
I hope the Shire Council that runs Bunbury's ground haven't paid a lot for the Eagles in North Melbourne to be there to kick 4 goals and a half of footy. I'm not sure who's funding that. Well, yeah, we don't know that.
So, Ned Harris, they are playing stall tactics here in Newtown, and why wouldn't you? 19 points down. They're just taking their time. The ball's in dispute. Big pack there, and they'll be happy to do this for the rest of the quarter. And it will be a ball up in the right forward pocket for the Towners.
Ticking towards 4:30 and ticking towards the shortest day of the year, so daylight at a premium, especially in these dark and rainy conditions. Tapped down by Maddock doing the ruck work, clearing kick. Might have been Keelan Betson for St Joey's, but didn't really clear anything. Handball out of the pack. James Hickey lays a tackle, and Jackson Bruin is brought to ground, and we'll get another stoppage in the right forward pocket. In fact, it was Jet Madola. Will go against a long way from us in that right forward pocket at the cemetery end of the ground. Joey's will look to clear towards DeGrandy, but it won't get to him. A handball on the up was okay to Wilkinson for Newtown, although it was stolen away by Hannessy. James Hickey's tried to do everything to lift his team today. Ben Clark was in there. He also had it knocked from his grasp, and this is still happening at right half forward for the Towners. Ned Harris somehow got a kick out of there. Al Hickey sliding in, should get a free kick, didn't, and that ball's going to get locked up and not coming out, and we will get a ball up about 45 out from the Newtown goal. 5:14:44. Joey's 3-7-25 in a low-scoring scrap as the rain has eased slightly, Birchie.
So the ball from a ruck contest. Maddock was doing the ruck work.
Yeah, it has ease, Kingy. I'm juggling a few things here in my hands. Hand warmers and gloves.
Good luck with that, Birchie.
Oh.
Ball up, Betson. Got to the side of the pack for St Joey's. Little toe poke. It's on the right forward pocket for the Towners. And Willow Dwyer just picks the footy up, runs into Ben Clark, Keelan Betson. And we will have another ball up. 13.5 minutes played in this final term. On the Barn Foods time clock sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road in North Geelong.
Joey's don't score a goal in the next 2.5 minutes. You might as well blow the siren because this is done. Joey's have got to find basically double their score in 15 minutes of play to snatch this one, and they're not going to do that. Ball back into play, and the boundary throw-in was well away from the contest. Now, I've heard a whistle go. Are they going to bring it back and do that all again? And I think that's what they have decided to do with that boundary throw-in. Tough day for those officiating. They do get a little earn out of it, but probably not enough to justify the conditions that they've been dealt today. These are rare conditions these days, as we might get it done again. I reckon the boundary umpire has got no feeling in that hand that he's trying to use to bring the ball back into play, which is making life really tough for the young fella. This time it's on the mark for the two rucks to go at it. Al Hickey tried to extract the loose foot. He was able to free his hands and get a handball away. Kershaw at close quarters to Chafer. Chafer, though, kicked it into the back of a teammate, I reckon, and it's going to spill. Willow Dwyer tight in the right forward pocket has put this one to bed with a Metricon goal of the day. Oh, you like that, Willow Dwyer? Do you reckon he'll run past Keelan Betson at some stage and let him know all about it? They are exactly double Joey's score on the final quarter. K-Rock Zambrero scoreboard. 6:14:50, plays 3:7:25, and the Towners are going to go 6-2, and they're going to give themselves every opportunity to play in a qualifying final or better in season 2025. They are a good young team.
Yeah, I don't reckon you'll get these conditions come September, though, Kingy. So.
Oh, God, I hope not. Gee whiz.
Although last year was very
I'd rather this than blowing at West Oval.
Like last year was a pretty ordinary final series, wasn't it, condition-wise?
Back in the middle, Wilkinson up against Oscar Morrison. Ball just sits on the cricket pitch area. James Hickey falls on the cricket pitch area. And then the ball won't come out. Chafer, he tries to get it away. Betson, cake of soap in there as usual. And it will be a ball up. Tackle came from Willow Dwyer, the last goal scorer. Keelan Betson gets up, handballs it back to umpire McLeod, who throws it in the air. Morrison gets it down. Ball to the side. St Joey's with the numbers. Chafer tried to get Hose involved. Harkness, he got the handball away. Bit of space for Maddock. The back Liam Betson, his handball to Harry Smith around the corner, but standing resolute on centre wing is Logan Morey.
Morey switches play wide. Finds Alex Dunn marking. A couple of ex-Ovens Murray boys linking up. It was Dunn in the front there. No, it was Pocock I'm thinking of. That's no longer here from Wodonga Raiders. Kicked it just forward of the wing. chance for Joey's, but Harry Smith left the footy behind. And in the end, this has turned into actually quite a comprehensive margin for the Towners. And we'll get another stoppage at right half forward. 16.5 minutes played. This one is done. Ball into the air for McCoy and Wilkinson. Wilkinson won the tap down. I reckon there's a bloke vying with Liam Nash for the Leopold Sporties and the Steamatic standout, and I reckon that's Ned Harris, who's had a big afternoon, and Cam Wilkinson has had as well. Joey's going to get away here, and a long ball from Hose inside 50 becomes a foot race. Hocking will lead Antonak. I reckon Hocking will be happy for the safety of the boundary line, although he's got assistance, so he gets a handball over the top to McGlade. A little fumble there by Webb after winning the footy back for Joey's. Bruin through traffic did okay, or was it Diamond? And then the clearing kick comes from Kapala to the wing. Oh, that's high, surely a free kick. That'll go to O'Dwyer. And is he taken over the shoulder? No, I'm sure he was, and he will take a free kick. It was against Harry Smith out on that Minerva Road wing.
Not hard to get him high, though, in fairness.
So O'Dwyer, centre wing, goes towards half forward, over the back of the pack. Al Hickey with a short kick to Betson, threw the ball on the up chafer, kick off the ground, gained 30 metres, and goes towards centre wing. And it will be a boundary throw-in.
Question was asked for deliberate.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Jeez.
Well, insufficient intent now.
Sorry, insufficient intent, yes.
Tough darts. It'd be tough darts to give that.
Never know what you're going to get here.
6:14.50 Newtown. St Joey's 3:7.25. Boundary throw-in Morrison and Wilkinson. Wilkinson tried to take it out of the ruck. Morrison kicked it off the ground. Goes towards Nash back on the ground. And the ball still in there. Nash, Betson jump on each other. It's like playtime in the sandpit, those two. And we'll have a ball up on centre wing again.
Credit to the umpires, because games like these, this is not just physical, it's mental as well. Trying just to know that you're not overly warm out there and you've got to make decisions impacting a game of footy. That ball's gone out of bounds and has been fisted away into the car park, so that'll take a few seconds to come back. So got to give credit there that for the most part the decision making has actually been pretty good this afternoon. Like, it's not easy to officiate these games, especially with bodies flying everywhere and bodies and jumpers that all of a sudden become mud-caked Kirsch.
You're on your own in this one, Kingy. But,
Thanks for the support. Long ball, you're a hard taskmaster. Diving low but not marking was Harkness. Chance here to clear for St Joey's Al Hickey, as he has done all afternoon, but only as far as Kapala on the bounce takes it. Handball went over the head of Coburn. Might open the door for Joey's at half-back, who've just been unable to generate anything this afternoon in terms of forward movement. They kicked the first 2 goals of the contest and have kicked one since. You have to go back a long way to find the last time St Joey's kicked a score this low. Got to go back to round 18, 2023 for the last time they actually lost a home and away game.
Ball goes towards centre wing. But mark taken easily in the end, in the middle of the pack by Alex Dunn for Newtown. Called to play on now. Just goes along the line towards half forward. Pack develops through the middle. Ben Clark just gets it back to Alex Dunn. It's 24-24. Just playing kick to kick. Takes the mark again at centre wing. Alex Dunn chips it back to Mitch Diamond. Newtown representative this week. A bit of media for Mitchie. He loves it. And just holding the ball up. Playing for the win now. I think they're going to be okay. Diamond along the line. Big pack there. Front of the pack. Handball came over the top. And now Kapala. Kick along the boundary line. Did pretty well to keep that in. Humphrey tapped on. Hickey gives it back towards Hose. And then through the middle for St Joey's Betson. Zach Knight's ripped it out of his hands. He gets it towards half forward. Half back. Knights gives it away. Now Antonak at half back. He's going to run free and go with a little right foot kick. Might be okay on the half volley though. Can't pick it up. St Joey's. They work pretty hard, Newtown, to keep it in there. Ball comes to the back. Betson. His kick back towards the middle of the ground is smothered. Little toe poke by Knights. Little bit of space. Kick off the ground by Oscar Murdoch. Out towards centre wing. Broadcast side. Who's going to pick it up? Harkness goes in there. He can't pick it up. Ball still in dispute. Comes now. Kick by Ned Harris. Up towards centre half forward. Two St Joey's players. Both thump the footy away. Falls into the arms of Antonak and he's going to get a clearing kick.
He's going to get a barrel, looking for a mark. Schaefer flew, couldn't mark, but recovered best. Found it at ground level, slung in the tackle, tried to get it back to Foster. Ball at ground level, little handball out the side door for Newtown, but it won't hit its intended target in Bruin. Antonak was the man with it and somehow burst away. And he wants to bounce, and that's holding the ball.
Bounce!
That's holding the ball because he got wrapped up as soon as he bounced it.
What the hell was he doing? You can't bounce the ball today.
Louis Antonak, well, one, he's actually arguing with umpire Jones. I have no idea why. That is holding the ball to the absolute letter of the law. You bounce the ball, you get tackled. What is he? Who do you think he was? Sort of Bob Skilton, Kevin Bartlett sort of arrangement. You know, throw it outside in front of yourself and play for the free kick. That's a wide kick from Ned Harris. He's kicked that basically to Birchie. Standing down boundary side for Leopold Sporties to Braden Hocking, who goes back to Jackson Bruin. Bruin can concede some ground back to Diamond, and they're just going to possess this footy 22 minutes into the final term on the Barham Foods time clock. 6:14:50, 3:7:25. The Towners lead on the Zambrero Feel Good Next final quarter scoreboard. Zambrero, Geelong West, Ocean Grove and Torquay. Yum.
Goes towards Bruin, who can't pick it up on the half volley. Lewis pushes him into the ground. Could have got a push in the back. Umpire said play on. Now the umpire will come in and ball it up. At half forward for St Joey's. McCoy's going to come down and do the ruck work up against Luke Maddock. Maddock pushes him past the football and puts the tackle on as well. The umpire will come in and ball it up.
Afternoon to a contingent of umpires that are actually listening and watching this afternoon. Jones, Ganachia, et al. During the contest. Ned Harris got a kick up the shot tower, fisted forward by McCoy, but taken for Newtown at the bottom of that pack, getting to his feet. That might be McGlade, who has got up a little bit sore. In fact, it's Katsaris. Just keep an eye on him, Birchie. He's just limped to the boundary.
Oh, hammy.
Yeah, for St John of God. Hopefully just a cramp or similar in these conditions. Now, a push in the back, free kick coming Keelan Betson, who has battled hard today. He's just waiting for the footy. Luke Maddock, he's in no hurry to pick that up and give it to him.
He doesn't have to.
No, he doesn't. He bent over it as if he was, and then Keelan was waiting for him to flick it up to him, and he didn't. So Keelan's had to go and get that himself. Sends it inside forward 50, rare occasion, through a couple of sets of hands. Webb off the back of the pack, left foot kick, didn't get great purchase, but Kershaw was standing all alone, about 8 metres away, and they've paid the mark, and he'll go back and have a shot from about 30 in front. So coming off a goal last week after a very nice mark too against St Mary's. Conditions a little bit treacherous for Wingman today. A stuttering approach. 35 out. Will it have the carry? No, it won't. It goes through the hands of Braden Hocking and through for a behind in the margin. He's at 24, and any opportunity that St Joey's had of reeling this one in officially gone. 3:8:26, 6:14:50, 24 and a half minutes played in this final term on the Barham Foods time clock. Barham Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road in North Geelong.
Bit of cramp setting in down here on the Newtown bench. There's a bit of pickle juice being consumed.
Yeah, that's what I reckon Felix Katsaris had.
He's one, and Cam Wilkinson's also just had some. So they clearly want to run this out. There's only about 3 or 4 minutes to go, surely.
Surely.
We can only hope.
Braden Hocking with the footy. What are we waiting for? Invitation? Come on, Braden, kick the footy.
Nobody's going to him, so he's just...
Everyone knows it's just going long.
Called to play on, though. Now he's called to play on. He goes outside 50, over the back. Harry Smith will track it towards the boundary line, and he and Dotis see it over. And it will be a boundary throw in centre wing, broadcast side.
Sorry, he's keen.
Umpire Chris Jones is one of the more fitter members of the umpiring fraternity.
Yep.
Even he's struggling to get up and down the spot in these tough conditions today. So from the boundary throw-in, there's been a free kick picked out, and it's going to go to Ed McCoy. Gives a handball off to Henderson, who was coming back past him on his right-hand side. Henderson's a left footer, so he has to cut back onto that left foot, inside 50, and Hocking, who's had an outstanding afternoon. He may be Leopold Sporty's contention, the veteran in game 180 this afternoon. The only surviving member of their last grand final team that lost to St Joey's 10 years ago, and he stood tall this afternoon.
So the ball towards half-back, Maddock. Couldn't take it. Oh, roving Madola on the boundary line, and then gets ragdolled, kick off the ground. And
not holding the ball, though.
No idea. And the ball continues on towards half forward for Newtown. Goes onto the outside. Harkness on hands and knees. And coming across is Cal Mitchell for St Joey. Sees it over the boundary line, and we will have a boundary throw in.
A big smile on the face of Terry Bright as he walks past the K-Rock van. He'd be very happy with their performance this afternoon.
Yes, I'm sure he would be.
6:14.50, 3:8.26. And we've got another stoppage, point of the square at left half forward. Newtown in attack. They can blow the siren on this one.
Oh, can they?
Could have done it about
Please,
340 minutes ago.
Maybe we should have just postponed this until round 15 when they both got the bye. Would have squared the ladder up. Would have been life easy for those of us trying to calculate things.
Yeah, including we wouldn't have got these conditions then either.
Including the pendulum. Chafer brought to ground. Umpire said play on after the ball spilled out. Dodos is over it after his trip to Undira last week. Gee, good luck, Birchie. I reckon it's a flip of the coin. Nash set the tone early, but gee, Hocking's been unbelievably good behind the footy. They have never looked like it today, St Joey's inside forward 50 bar the opening 10 minutes when the ball was dry.
I reckon Louis Antonak for that bounce. That was great. Ball from the side of the pack goes long towards forward 50. And I think that might have been Liam Nash who kicked the behind. He's got 2 of them this afternoon. 6:15.51 Newtown. St Joey's 3:8.26. We've played 27.5 in this final term. And the ball for St Joey's goes towards half back. No mark taken. Ball spills towards Hose. It's a short little kick around the corner. Missed James Hickey. Kick off the ground by Kapala. Went 2 metres. Now Ned Harris picked it up. Goes long towards the left forward pocket. Runs towards the big fire there that we like. And I think they're over the boundary line. They are. And we will have a boundary thrown in the left forward pocket for Newtown.
Thanks to St Joey's for some catering this afternoon. Thank you to Abco Cafe 24/7 for the all-new tradie Jaffle that just snuck its way into our van this afternoon. Very enjoyable. Left forward pocket. Dumped in the tackle.
More enjoyable than this, I can tell you. Oh, did I say that out loud? Sorry, are we on air?
Everyone heard you.
28.5 minutes played. 3:8.26, 6:15.51. If all the players just walked off the ground, nobody would be playing. Ball. Surely the 2 captains just go, well, had enough.
We've had enough.
We did set out enough.
In the left forward pocket for Newtown. And somehow the ball comes to Felix Henderson. The outside of the left foot goes Braden Hocking. That gets him the win, I reckon.
And the
Takes
difference is
another
this. The difference is this. Watch where this ball goes. So every time he gets it or they get it, they kick it longer than what. It's a small thing, but it's been so important today. Look at that.
Yep.
It's a driving kick.
There he goes again into the pocket. Off hands at the back of the pack. Betson. Handball for St Joey's. And now Willow Dwight. His kick was smothered. And it will be, I think, out of bounds for a boundary thrown in the left forward pocket. Or they paid a free kick. They might have paid a free kick, I think, to Harkness, who got a high tackle close to the boundary line from Al Hickey. I would suspect a frustrated Al Hickey. And Archer Harkness, who has kicked 1 goal, 1 this afternoon. He's on the boundary line 45 metres out. He's going to be pretty deliberate. It'll be a good shot for goal from here. So,
Around the corner.
Round the corner, right foot kick, top of the square. Try to be tapped through by a couple of St Joey's players, but pack develops. It's not through. And there is the siren. Newtown, 6:15.51. Have defeated St Joey's 3:8.26.
So for the first time since round 23, round 18, 2023, Joey's will walk off the ground without the 4 points, and Newtown and Chilwell have just sent a warning shot across the bow that they are not to be messed with in their first year under Steve Johnson. 6:15.51, 3:8.26. They improved to 6-2. Joey's are 7-1, and their second meeting they reversed the result. It's a 62-point turnaround after being beaten by 37 points back in the opening round 9 weeks ago. They are rolling along nicely, these young towners. 5 consecutive wins after starting the season 1-2. And they take out the clash with St Joseph's. Their first win over their near neighbour since round 12, 2018, when they gave St Joey's a 46-point stitch-up on that occasion. Jane Birch is down boundary side this 5th quarter.